The stream. My name's G20, more commonly known as Godpool, and it is time for it's time we all slept. Wow, that was a poor choice of words for me. So, as always, I have with me my wonderful players. Zia, who plays the role of Arthur Ingold Morgan.
Hello.
Kellen, who plays the role of Vincent the Scar Malone.
Ring-a-ding, baby.
And then we have Michael, who plays the role of Malachi Silman.
Hello. Ooh, what's that?
And Brianna, who plays the role of Alaska Bell.
Hi.
And then there's me, of course, as the game master, per usual. The one that torments them.
Harold.
Oh yeah, and then there's Harold, the toy bear that used to be a real bear. He has become an actual living thing now. he has a squeak all for himself.
Harold was always real. That's bear-cist.
Bear-cist, my god.
That is some real criticism that I just got. Now we had last weekend off because Thanksgiving was around, as most people I hope remember and know. But it is time to return to our wonderful, wonderful cast so that we can continue to experience the confusion that is this dreamscape that they're in. But before we go any further, I have a playlist now. It is not complete. I need to actually properly put it up, but there are some songs on it right now that I have prepared specifically. Alright, I'm gonna press pause on the playlist for now because we have things to do first. Let's start with we are gonna roll skill increases. So let's start with those things. Actually, I'm just gonna press play here. There, and we have skill increases that we need to do. I'm gonna just do this here really quickly. Activate the background, and this here. So, should we start rolling some skill increases and some luck rolls? So let's start with you, Arthur.
I don't think I have any skill increases.
If you don't have any, we can do the luck roll increase.
Okie dokie then.
Go.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
god.
Oh.
Oh.
Every
time!
Why? Why does this happen?
Arthur is amazingly lucky when he should not be.
Yeah, the likelihood of that happening was very low. Great times. We already started fucking up everything here. So, let's go next for, you're sure you don't have anything else? I'm pretty certain you probably don't.
I'm pretty certain I rolled, like, complete garbage last time. Didn't I roll, like,
Yeah,
another 2 critical failures?
Yeah, you did. You rolled really garbage last time.
Yeah,
Next, let's go for Vincent.
Hey, just gotta do some luck here, baby.
Hey, Kellen.
I failed. With
Oh! You failed with 74% chance that you would succeed and not get this increase, while Zia had more chance in failing.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Zia.
There's an 86% chance that she would have gotten it.
I am
Didn't-
amazing, that's why.
Didn't this happen last time as well?
Yup.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
You rolled like a 2 or something, right?
Yeah, I think.
It was a 1.
It was a
Wasn't it
critical
one?
success.
Oh
So-
boy.
Failing
Increased by-
always.
Increased by 3.
Or
Yeah, it increases by 3.
All right, I'm at 77.
By the way, Kellen, I thought I just would send you this announcement here on Messenger, because you totally need to know. All right. Now I've done all of the announcement things that I needed to do while I was doing that. Michael! Wait,
Yeah.
Vincent, do you have any skills to increase? Because you rolled pretty well last time, if I remember correctly. I think you got, like, an instant increase 1 point, because you got, like... got a natural 1 on it, or something.
Why are you rolling? I thought you had a luck increase.
I was waiting for them to clear open some shit.
So at least we know that Brianna does not get a luck increase.
No, that was Malachi.
Oh, that was
Oh, my
Malachi?
feet.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and roll. Don't take my dice off
Uh,
the table. No, I still fail.
No, you succeed. That's the problem.
Yeah, succeeding here is the big problem. You want to fail. But Vincent didn't have any other skill increases, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Vincent, not
No,
Malachi.
no, I know.
Oh.
I was trying to remember from last time.
I don't
No,
have it.
no, that's why I went with luck first.
Okay, yeah,
because
yeah.
I didn't-
Yeah, you don't have any.
I rolled good, but I just didn't roll like extreme.
Yeah. I think you got like an instant increase once. You roll like a success twice on the same thing or something.
I don't remember.
Malachi, you already rolled your luck, so do you have anything else?
Nope, that was it.
And Alaska, let's go for your luck roll.
No, I'm rolling your
No,
charm.
I got also charm and listen.
Yeah. So, charm, no increase. Listen is increased.
For
1d10.
where's
Click there.
Oh boy! Alright, that's a
Nice.
pretty good increase, I gotta say.
Hell of an increase.
Yep.
The small child's ears are amazing.
There was no, I feel like Sia has taken over, Kellen's role as the one that rolls really bad this time.
yeah? And now luck.
And luck, let's see how lucky you are.
Arthur is the comedic relief.
So you're telling me that the ones that had the highest chances of succeeding the luck rolls are the ones that failed it. Well, okay. So you make me feel like you remind me of Soup right now. A friend of mine that is called Soup. Sia. He had for like the longest time during one campaign we were running, he had 8 luck. He always succeeded his luck rolls when he was rolling for the increase for like 10 sessions in a row. That's how bad it was.
I have 14 luck right now.
Yeah.
I feel his
You got
pain.
burned some to get some.
Yeah, he burned down to 8 like in his first or second like session. That's how bad it was.
I mean, I don't regret it, because at one point I did save Malachi from getting swooped into one of those vortexes.
Yeah, you did.
So it was not a bad decision. Maybe depending on how much Malachi hates me, because he is, like, trolling me right now hard.
I feel like that's
Bill.
just his natural state.
I have done no such thing.
Alright.
It's good that you've returned to us after many months.
Yes, I agree.
So, I think it's time I recap for you guys really quickly, since none of you remember what happened properly.
I do.
Oh, you do?
I was a boss.
That I will allow you to recap if you want.
So everybody was panicking because Arthur was gone, and then he came back, and we were walking and walking up these stairs, and they seemed to go on forever, and then Vincent decided that he was gonna do some shenanigans, and I had to talk down the wall because she was so angry, so I started talking about the patriarchy and toxic masculinity, and I rolled really well, and I sold it really well, and we got through, and we ended up in a room with a guy who was a book, and then we were reading some Alice in Wonderland, and we knew which way to go, because we had a door and another door, and they showed the way to the Mad Hatters and the March Hares, and we decided we weren't going to go just yet because we needed to sleep.
That is she pretty well that's pretty well overall taken explained. You remember also meeting with Arthur? The Arthur Watts, you met with him again.
Yeah, the paper guy.
Yeah, paper guy. And if I remember correctly, which I have here written, it ended, the session ended when he turned into a book.
Or Arthur.
The book guy.
Yeah, the book guy. So, you all stand in the empty, now empty library room of this ship. It is just moments have passed since Arthur turned into a book. As you laugh at his demise. Let's see, I'm bringing up the map again for me.
Oh, right, I forgot the professor's name is Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur Watts.
Yep. Took me a second, I was like, wait a minute, our friend's a book now?
No. But
Yes, I have become Weiss from Nier. I'm just following you around, calling you a hussy.
oh boy, you people. So, you are all just the book kind of falls from the falls down from the air. I'm trying to. It's been a while since we did this. Yeah, he turned into a book like in his seat, and you can see it drop down into the seat just flat. Now, just kind of slightly open, like landed on its spine, and about looks like maybe 1/4 of the book is like you can see it kind of split open, and like sitting there on the sitting there where where Professor Watts used to be. It's been a while since we played, so I'm trying to like remember things in my brain. It's all scattered. But yes, what do you guys do? It's
Okay,
yeah.
Didn't he say that he touched a book and then he started to become a book? Nobody touched the books.
No, he said that because you would remember this definitely. He had begun turning into book materials every time he failed to go through the door after trying to solve the riddle to get out.
Okay.
Which we've solved to an extent. We got farther than he did with the whole Mad Hatter and March Hare thing.
Yeah, he gave you a clue, like a last, and that's what kind of pushed him into turning into the book finally. He kind of revealed to you a hint, which helped you a lot, and he did it so that you guys would be able to escape. There are two doors that lead out. One of them is it's the right door with a green plaque on it, which leads to what you know to be, as you read the lines, one of the doors had a it was a green glow to it, and it leads to the drawing room, and the left door leads to a cargo hold 2. So the right door had the green glow, and the left door had the yellow glow, and they lead to the yellow door leads to cargo hold 2, and the green door leads to drawing room.
Did you say that we decided to take a rest? Does Vincent get any HP back then?
You guys were talking about taking a rest here. You hadn't done it yet because you were talking to Arthur at Professor Watts.
But before we try to do that, didn't Arthur say something about trying to rest here? Like he took the sleeping pills, but they only energized him.
Right.
And something about trying to rest here is actually a bad thing in this room.
Yeah.
The sleep,
Sorry,
yeah.
I remember I had to duck out in like the last 5 minutes. So
the sleeping pills help you like he said, it helps preventing you guys from falling asleep, which is weird because these are sleeping pills, not like they do exactly the opposite of what they should be doing. They help you not fall asleep.
Wonderland logic.
Yes. But essentially, when we start, Arthur has just Professor Watts has just turned into a book, and most I'm assuming at least Alaska and probably the rest of you haven't really fully grasped what happened, and I want all of you to roll a sanity roll for me. Just saw a man. I don't think I made you do that at that point.
Well, no, didn't I roll a sanity roll that earlier that made me not see him as paper? So what?
Yes, you were the only one that did that stuff. But I think it's really hard to not see a man turn into a book.
I know. I'm just saying, should my sanity roll? Should I roll twice or something?
I'll say that you'll have. I'll say that you'll have advantage on it. So yes, just roll twice.
Okay.
So Vincent makes it.
Godpool,
Arthur?
I sent you a PM if that's of any use to you.
Alright.
On Discord.
I'll check it out.
So Alaska made it, Malachi did not.
Oh. Malachi did not make it. Malachi, as a man of, as a teacher and a man of study, seeing this is very disturbing for you. The others seem to have adapted to this dreamland a little bit better than you, but you, as a man of kind of logic, this is not something you were ready to experience. You take a single point of sandy damage.
Oh, good. I'll take one. One's better than like a D20 or something.
That is very true.
I reach down and pick up the book.
All right. You see on the front of it, it reads the biography of Arthur Watts.
Oh. Couldn't it be the autobiography?
The autobiography.
I
Like,
just
who
for
else wrote him?
I open it up and turn to a few different pages. Just glancing.
It does look like it's an actual book. It seems to be what you can kind of grasp just from looking over it quickly is that it seems to be exactly as the title states. It has a few photographs in it and images and text. It reads as if you were reading his life story.
I'm looking for something specific. I wanna turn to the back of the book, but I want to see, does it truly end, or are there some blank pages afterwards?
Are you after?
I'm trying to find what the end, what it says is the end for him, and typically, that'd be near the last page of the book, and there'd be maybe an autumn or something after. But maybe there's some blank pages between the actual end of the book and the last page that's written on it.
So you okay?
I'm trying to see if the future is truly written in stone or written in paper in this case.
The last lines in the book speak of of the time while he is essentially trying to escape from this room, and the last lines lead up to his eventual demise. The book kind of ends like a cliffhanger. With the last line just hinting that he will, that some that some friends have arrived, and that there might be hope for him yet. There might be hope, yet to be had.
I close the book, kind of just sigh a bit, and I hand it over. I'm like, listen here. I hand it over to whoever wants it. I just kind of hold it out. There's still a chance for him. Let's bring this with us.
Arthur will take it, but remember he talked about how he had been on archaeological digs before? Can I, like, do I have to roll to read it or to find information on, like, the dig that he was talking about before, like, when we met him, what he was talking about when we met him?
It's a pretty thick book, so you could probably find it. You would just have to, I would say that you would have to just search the text, depending on how much time you want to take for it, is mostly what matters. Do you want to just...
I don't want to, like, force a wait in this room, so I'll just wait until, like, we have a rest or something.
Okay.
Wait until people want to sit down.
yeah, that can definitely, that would definitely be something you could do, like, calming, in a calm situation. I'm trying to find the thing while we're playing, so, where is this thing?
So, if I understand correctly, now we're at basically the choice of which way we want to go. Like, we're good to go through the doors.
No, you haven't solved what it is. You just know where they lead now.
Okay.
What is the riddle? What was the puzzle?
Yeah,
I
it's
wasn't
been a
here
minute.
for that part.
So there wasn't really a puzzle per se. There just seems to be something that is blocking the path, and what Professor Watts had managed to gather is that the solution lies in the books. And you found the Alice in Wonderland book. And you guys, going through that, you managed to find essentially 2 lines that revealed where those doors lead. Which, I don't remember. But there is... And after that, if I remember correctly, he theorized that there should be kind of a key phrase that will help, that is essentially... It's like a password-protected door. It's essentially what he thought it was.
Okay. So, which Alice in Wonderland book do we have?
The first one.
So Alice's
It's not-
Adventures or Through
Yeah,
the Looking
Adventure.
Yeah.
Adventures
So-
in Wonderland. Through the Looking Glass
Okay.
is second.
So I would, what? I guess what would be like a search roll?
Uh, library use, I would say.
Library use. Where's that? Okay, then I'm gonna roll a library use to look around the library for Through the Looking Glass.
Quick question, G. The wasn't the password revolving around the Cheshire Cat stuff, or did that just get us to the point where we know where the directions are?
That's how you know we're like got the directions.
Okay, so it's another thing now in the book.
Yeah, they're like the Cheshire Cat lines revealed where the doors led, but they don't seem to be like the solution itself. So either this means that you are on the right path, or they were only like a hint towards the actual answer.
Let's see. Well, from what I remember of when Alice is talking to Cheshire Cat, he asks her where you're going. Alice is like, which way should I go? Cat's depends on where you're going. Alice says, I don't know. Then it doesn't matter which way you go. Right
Yeah.
now we're deciding, and this is her whole conversation of when she does decide to go meet up with the Mad Hatter and March Hare.
Yeah.
Right, we were talking about if we wanted to go, which room we wanted to go to, because Arthur had his stuff in that loading bay. Or not the loading bay, but I want to say holding cell. In that part of the holding cell, in that part of the ship.
Okay. Well, I have no ideas. My only ideas was looking for the sequel.
Let's see. You also, if you guys did find what was it, newspaper clippings or something like that, like a book full of newspaper clippings is something you found, if I remember correctly.
Let's look in the trunk. So,
I feel really bad. I can't be helpful at all because Dennis showed up and I had to leave. So I don't know what's going on.
I don't see it. Did you give it to us as a handout thing?
No, I did. I don't think I did. Let's see. I just remember. I just.
That's why I was just looking.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that you guys found. Yeah, you found a book. You found essentially like a newspaper clipping that had essentially everything was kind of faded out on it except for a single like a single name, which was a company name, if I remember correctly. I should have rewatched the end of the last ones to remind myself of this.
yeah, was it the company that owns this ship?
Yes, Carter Navigations.
That's right.
Okay, well, can I...
There we go. Got it.
Since I am useless with this puzzle, I'm gonna take a minute to look in the book, the Arthur II's biography, or any mention at all of Carter Navigations.
All right. You go and you kind of flip through
Unless I can roll like an idea roll for a puzzle hint. But other than that, I'm very confused.
Sure. Go for an idea roll. I'll allow that.
Where is idea? On the paper.
It's
I think it's just straight in
yeah.
Oh, sweet. do I glean anything at all from our surroundings? Does Arthur become psychic? Does Harold point anything out to me? I
Hey,
asked
Zia.
Harold what to do. What?
He.
Zia, you should burn 9 luck points to make it out a hard success.
Seems legit.
I only have 14. I'd have 5 left. What if I
know.
die?
God damn it. So, what if you die? Cry. So, with that intelligence roll, you don't glean the entire, glean the entire puzzle, but you do get an idea. You kind of flip through the books and kind of looking at this newspaper clipping with the company name on it, you begin to speculate, and you begin to think that the carto navigation hint that you found isn't necessarily a hint towards this puzzle, but might be for something later, or just might be a hint towards just something else entirely, like what is happening currently or something around that. You're not sure, but you're pretty sure it has nothing to do with your current situation.
Okay.
However, as you're flipping through the Alice in Wonderland book, you stop on a line that kind of resonates with this place in general, and you read it, and it's right, and it reads, "Imagination is the only weapon in the war with reality."
Ah, fuck. Okay. Now, are the doors closed?
No, they are
Have a doorknob?
they are essentially open. You just, when you try to step through, it forces you back.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, Malachi tried to walk through it, but got pushed back.
Okay. I have an idea. It's a stupid idea, but it's an idea. How much magic do I have? Okay. Vincent,
Yeah.
I would like to ask for one of your cards. Just any card will do.
Any card. Well, give me a hint. What you planning, and I'll pick a card. Actually, no. I got an idea. How many cards do I got left?
You should have that written on your sheet. I told you to write.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I remember. I can see which ones you've used. You gave away all the aces.
Right.
You used the Queen of Hearts. And then you used... you gave up the Straight Flush of Spades. Which were 5 cards. So... you've used at least a total of 20 cards.
Okay, so...
Then you gave Henriette the 2 of Hearts as a parting gift. So 21 cards have been used.
Okay, so I am down to 43 cards because I am also including the 2 jokers.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so... I am going to do something. Second. Okay, I am gonna go with... We've got 2 doors to choose from. I'm gonna go with a 2 of hearts.
Okay. So
You gave that one away to what's her name?
Oh, that's right. The 2 of hearts is the one I gave away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the 2 of
Go with diamonds.
yeah, we'll go with diamonds. 2 of diamonds.
Okay. So we're in Alice in Wonderland, right? Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And the cards are the guards of the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland. So I'm thinking Arthur is going to use all of his imaginative power to imagine that this guard card will unlock the door for us to let us leave Alice in Wonderland world. We're using the card as a guard to open the door for us.
Mm. So you want to use the cards to essentially help you leave this room, essentially.
Yes, the card is in a position of authority and
Yeah.
therefore can unlock the door because it works for the Queen of Hearts, who is the Queen of Wonderland.
Yeah. All right.
Does that make sense? Is that a bad idea?
No idea is a bad idea. Yet.
Figured it would work in universe.
So you.
Anyway, what should I roll?
Which door do you want to use it on?
That is something that we gotta decide between ourselves. Personally, I would rather go through the Mad Hatter than the March Hare, because the Mad Hatter is all about like tea parties and unbirthdays, and I don't know what the March Hare is about.
I think the best choice is it doesn't matter. Just give it the command to unlock the door and escort us forward.
Okay.
The March Hare is also at the tea party. He's the other one.
That's true. So,
Yes.
in that case, I will not. I will specify the door, not which one. Just the door.
So you're just gonna specify.
There's no wait 1 second. There's no door behind us, right?
No, this is there are only 2 doors leading out of this room.
Okay, then unlock the door. Please.
Roll for me a power roll, and I'm gonna say that you need a. You're trying to open up both the doors, so I'm gonna say extreme.
And I'm not trying to open up both the doors, but okay. That's a failure.
That's a failure. Like, nothing happens to the card, but you do feel a little bit of strain on your mind as fatigue takes over you. You will lose. I'm just gonna say it's not that much for this here. You lose 2.
Okay.
How do we get? Oh, we get magic points back by resting. You said.
Yes, by resting in a. Yeah,
Well,
just
that
by
was
resting.
my idea.
We just don't want to rest in this room.
Right.
Hey,
Alaska says, "Hey, can I try?" And she holds out her hand for the card.
Mm.
And Arthur will look to Vincent because it is his card.
hey, yeah, let the girl try. I was actually about to say, you know, Alice is a little girl. Perhaps Alaska's got an advantage here over us that we don't think about. Alaska, take a shot at it.
And
Alright.
Arthur hands it over with a "Milady."
She curtsies.
I thought you were gonna say she cringes.
Inside she does.
Hold on, where's my fedora? Tips hat? No.
I mean, Arthur is wearing a
You
bowler
have
hat.
a neck beard. That beard seems to be growing out of your neck.
I mean, sort of, yeah. It's more that Arthur doesn't have a chin.
No. Alright, so Alaska focuses towards the loading bin. Or not the loading bin, but
The cargo
that's
hold.
not the tea room.
Okay.
Cargo hold.
Yeah. Okay.
The March
Yo,
Hare.
you got it on the dot.
I success.
The card in your hand just floats up towards the door and begins to enlarge until it's large enough to and cover the entire door. And as it kind of merges with the door frame, you see the red frame of the card replace the frame of the door, and now there's a straight entryway into the cargo hold. No barrier that looks to be kind of blocking the way. No kind of grayscaled effect that seems to be blocking your view. You just see into a dark corridor that supposedly leads into the cargo hold.
Just a quick interruption to make a funny point. So in the book, Alice does end up walking to the March Hare first. Just funny, but that's the one we chose.
Arthur, as you are looking towards this door, like in kind of awe, seeing what Alaska just did, you do notice something jutting out of the side of what should be the door frame. A piece of paper.
Yoink.
You walk to it and you grab it, and this is what you find.
Let's see. God damn it!
Oh, wow.
You can thank the Webbers for that note.
I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. I'm printing that. You find a way to scan it.
You don't have to, actually.
Just give it time.
Trust.
So, just because I feel like everyone's getting left out here, I'm just for shits and giggle, I'm gonna let people see it, so that they have an idea of why you are laughing so hard.
It's beautiful.
It is really beautiful. There it is. Evidence! Oh my god, it's so big. It is a note with so many Sia moments on it. So many Sia things on it. I'll make it take up most of the screen here for a moment. It is a beautiful note. And of course, the best line. Don't eat this note. It's the best line. I've been gone for months.
Yeah, how does that make Arthur feel, finding that thing?
Arthur's just he's just looking at it puzzled. Like, it has my name on it, but what on earth? I don't understand. Is this place alive? Is it trying to send me a message? What on earth?
I think we were just in an esophagus a few hours ago, so I think the question of whether or not this place is alive is probably
I know, but this is just
answered by
Arthur's internal thoughts. He's just gonna delicately
I thought
fold
you were
it.
saying full hour.
What is happening
He's
here?
gonna delicately fold it and put it in his handkerchief pocket. This is ruminating on a different day, but not today.
But the path forward into the cargo hold is open now.
You said it's dark?
It is dark there. It is not naturally lit or anything like that. It's just you can see it's a corridor and there's no natural light in there. Only light that is in there is currently the light coming from this room, which seems to be sourceless. This room does have a kind of is lit to an extent, but there is no source of light for it. It's just like a balanced light.
Well, looks like I'm back up. And I get the torch going again.
You begin walking down the corridor?
No time like the present.
Exactly. So, you begin walking, and it kind of reminds you of the other cargo hold, except the difference is you're not walking on the kind of the catwalks as you were before. This is actually a full out just with actual walls and a roof above you. And you
Hey,
begin.
Harold, look, it's a nice cargo hold again.
Honk! Where's the duck? But you begin thinking that the other cargo hold that you may have essentially been like the upper deck of it, like essentially the catwalk, or at least a kind of malformed version of what used to be the catwalk of the cargo hold that is here.
Right, an MCS your photo. Got it. Painting.
Yeah. You walk for what seemed to be about 5 minutes until you reach a kind of a just a bulkhead door, like which you can often find on the on ships. The ones where you turn the lever to close it. I think it's bulkhead door, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's bulkhead.
I am so smart.
I turned to the others. It's like, hey, wasn't there a reason we wanted to come to the cargo hold? We were split on why we wanted to go a direction or not.
Yes, Miss Alaska reminded me that most of my stock is still on the ship, and perhaps we could make use of it in some more creative ways with the apparent imaginary powers that we seem to have in the dream worlds.
Hey, that's right. Yeah.
So, you going to open up the bulkhead door?
No time like the present.
Actually,
Yeah.
wait, before you
I
do,
don't wait.
Arthur's...
Listen at the door.
Yeah,
What
that's
if there's
that's what I
water on
was
the
gonna-
other side of that door?
That's what I was gonna say. We should all do a listen check.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe Billy's on the other side.
That's
So-
exactly what we want.
So we're all listening to the door.
Yes.
Arthur failed.
Arthur's not really good at... You guys are not really good at listening to a door.
Well,
It's all the factory tours. They've
Hey, let me check. I just upped my listen.
Yay! She has them young ears.
I just think it's Brianna rolling. She just got a natural skill for rolling dice.
You mean pressing buttons in roll 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. My in-person rolls aren't that bad either, depending on the dice that I have.
No, they're often absurd.
Malachi, you're the only one left.
Okay.
Oh, Malachi and
You learned from me.
Malachi and Alaska. Both of you hear through the door. There is, as you kind of put your ears up to the door, kind of trying to listen for any strange sounds, nothing really grabs your attention of being weird, really. Sure, you think it's odd for a while, but there is nothing that really, like, it's odd that you can't really hear any sound other than like a bit of, it's kind of like there's a bit of wind blowing on the other side, but nothing other than that catches your attention.
so we think it's safe. I didn't hear a thing.
I look to Malachi. Lead.
Malachi shrugs. It can't be any more safe than the rest of this place.
We didn't hear rushing water, which is
Well-
what we were hoping to not hear.
I don't
Here,
think
Arthur,
we have
hold the
rushing
torch.
Water in this dimension.
I hand the torch over to Arthur so I can grab onto the lever and pull.
All right,
Arthur.
you turn
Missions that
and you begin opening up the bucket door, and you need to just push it to open it. It opens up inwards, and you push, and as soon as you open it, kind of stepping into the main cargo hold, it's dark, but still like it's not as dark as the hallway. Like you can see that the light from your torch kind of goes further, and like even so you can kind of see the faint outlines of where the wall would start on both of your sides. Not on the far other end, but like to your sides. And you can see in front of you about 50, 60 feet in front of you, there are a bunch of crates. There are all sorts of things here in here. There are, like, to your side, about 30 feet are crates as well. Along with paintings that have been covered up, tables, all sorts of things that are just being moved, cargoed on, essentially being moved on this ship. But in front of you is essentially, the one thing that stands out is that in front of you, the boxes and crates there form a circle.
Does this look familiar to you, Arthur?
They're kind of stacked. Although unevenly, kind of like they're forming a one of those towers on castles, the guard towers essentially, and they go up, but the wall is kind of uneven, like it's been broken down. Like some of the crates go higher up than the others, while some are just like 2, maybe 3 levels up. It's but it's consistent. It's kind of like, it's not like 1 is 2, 1 is 6, 1 is 20. It's more like it kind of it has a pattern to it, which is just not very obvious.
Okay, so Arthur would begin looking for the AIM logo, which is just like AIM with a little rocket underneath.
It doesn't take long. As soon as you get
No, wait. It wouldn't be a rocket. It's like 1900s. It would be like a train.
Yeah. Doesn't take long for you to find it. Walking about 20 feet forward, when you can actually read what is on the crates in front of you that form the circle, that would be the AIM logoed crates. All of them. Every single one of them.
And each one has a different aim for fun, aim for success, aim for underneath.
All sorts of slogans on each and every one of the crates. You can notice that, like, whatever logo you had on them, like in this case the train, you can notice that on what you didn't expect is now the train tracks have connected between every box, kind of upwards along the crates, and you can see the train just moving along between the crates.
That does not happen in the waking world.
And every time there's a gap, you see the train disappear for a moment and then reappear on the other crate after, like when it would have.
Are any of the crates moving?
Not right now, at least.
Arthur will find one that's like. Are all of them in this stacked position, or are there any that aren't?
All of them are. You can notice also that there are more than one train there's more than one train. So, just for you guys, so that you can see on Roll20, essentially, if the entire map there is if the entire map is like most of the central area of the cargo hold where the boxes are, where's the draw tool? Draw shape. Then, like, this big area of that central area alone is the crates. Oh, that was a Oh, that's also not what I wanted to do.
Is there a gap that leads into the circle?
Walking around you do find that there is not necessarily a gap, but there is at one spot just a single crate that is small, like a half a crate that leads into it. You do notice inside it when you're looking through, because like even the 2 crate ones, because these are big crates, like they are taller than even you. But like that single half crate, which kind of leads in, that's the only place where you can properly see into it. Other than
what do we see into it? Is it just darkness or?
No, you see scattered on the floor it's just a pile of all sorts of toys, and above it is kind of this strange, not like water like substance, just kind of floating around above it.
In that case, Arthur will say, "Hello there. Are you sentient, my friend?"
It doesn't seem to respond in any way. What you do notice is that as you say that and you're looking into it, you see one of the toys, a fish that you have seen and drawn from your dreams, gets pulled into the water and swims out, looking surprisingly a lot like those fish that you've been seeing swimming around in the rifts around the ship, and just swims up into the darkness above.
That is not a no, but it is not a yes either.
And Arthur, you begin to think whether or not these fish that you're seeing flying are originally made by you or originally just live in this realm. In any case, the toy fish that you made in their likeness seem to have taken on a life of their own and turned into one of those.
So do they still like look like mechanical or wooden, or do they are they seamless once they come out of
They
the
are
water?
seamless. They are seamless. They don't look like...
Yeah.
You would not have been able to tell that they were made by you.
Well, what is
How does Harold feel about all this?
You can hear a long, kind of concerned squeal come from him. Yeah.
Harold, I must ask you, I do not trust my senses. In your opinion, and please do nod yes or no. In your opinion, do you sense any life or sentience coming from the creatures that escape the water?
You see him kind of tilt his head, kind of confused, and he does nod.
Well,
You're not sure if he fully grasped your question, but he thinks that there's...
thank you, my friend.
He
It's very...
think that there's life in it.
What kind of toys are on the ground?
Well, the best one to describe that would be Zia.
Yeah! So there are little tin soldiers. It's like, do you remember the old Nutcracker cartoons? They're little
Yep.
like tin soldiers looking like that. There's little wooden trains and mechanical and clockwork type fish and octopi and like just strange looking things that maybe people in the 1800s have never seen before, but nowadays we know as like lionfish or like blobfish. And they're plushies too. They're like hand sewn, soft cuddly toys of different types of fish and aquatic life. There are just the more traditional stuff. There are a couple teddy bears and some, like, sort of wooden-looking, not quite wooden, not quite, like, half and half sort of doll houses, and, like, little owls that flap their wings when you twist their cog. Just like toys, you know?
But are there owl bears?
Mostly.
Ah!
There are not owl bears. They're owls, they're bears, but there are not owl bears. Arthur's dreams did not go in the above ground direction, unfortunately.
Oh hell, Sting's a straight.
But they're
Uh,
they're also like little toy like wooden swords and like wooden guns.
All of the
But,
ones
like,
in the pile
very,
look.
very
All of the ones in the pile specifically look like the fish that you have made. You don't see any of the nutcrackers or like any of the other toys.
even the like teddy bears and owls, it's only fish.
Only the fish.
While we are playing, I'm going to draw some of these fish because I can.
You do notice that while all of the crates are there in this circular formation, there are around the pit, this kind of tower-like structure, there are a bunch of the other toys that you recognize. There are on the floor lying there are toy sword like wooden swords made by you. There's the soldiers, few train sets, all sorts, and like looking around, you start to think that this is definitely not all of them. There's definitely some of them missing as you
Yeah,
are looking at
definitely.
this.
Arthur's like taking stock and going, well, I know I had more things than this. This is not, I mean, these are most of my crates. These are not.
Yeah, there are definitely crates missing.
so Arthur,
That's strange.
But the crate count would fit for the amount of crates you had for specifically fish-like creatures and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So,
5, 10, 15? Oh, I seem to be missing.
Vincent gets this very like his already sort of deadpan look on his face. Puts a hand on Arthur's shoulder and is like, so Arthur, that in there, and he points to all the fish. He's like, does that seem fishy to you?
Arthur would not get the pun at all. He's, yes, my boy, quite fishy indeed.
Lassie would bend down and pick up one of the stuffed animals and start playing with it.
Malachi turns to Vincent. You got a fishing pole in one of them violin cases?
Well, okay, everyone's a critic. It's just turns away.
Vincent, you feel something uncomfortable kind of hit you in the face, like somebody threw like a small bean at you, like a pea.
Oh
no,
my
it's
god! If this is what I think is about to happen, I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck?
You look towards.
Sorry, what the heck?
You look towards the crates, the tower of crates, and you see, from where you think this came from, there are about 3 toy soldiers, currently loading their guns and getting
seeing
ready
this,
to shoot.
Arthur would like interrupt and go, parlay!
As they are about to shoot again, they stop and look at you with kind of curiosity.
Hey, we come in peace
we
here.
haven't seen any harm to your abode, your kingdom. We simply were looking for we were scouting this new territory that we have found.
I just lean in, Arthur, you are their god, act like it.
My boy, Acting like a god has not ever served anyone very well.
You are their creator. I think.
Sir, I
Hey.
remind you of the story of Frankenstein.
Frankenstein was trying to make life. Were you trying to make them?
Not as such as they have turned out to be. Might we please speak to whoever of you would speak for you?
They look at each other and disappear behind the crates for a moment. And after what you kind of waiting there quietly for a minute, you hear steps coming from behind the pillar, now approaching you slowly, approaching your side slowly. Roll for me an intelligence roll. Arthur, just
Okay. Let's
'Cause-
hope that they're not holding a grudge. I got a hard success.
Now you remember your stock pretty well, and you remember because normally, like, since you are, this is your first time taking your toys to another country, and you wanted to do a good job of advertising yourself so that your toys would receive good homes. And you remember making a display model of one of these toy soldiers, which are human-sized. So you, and as you immediately kind of realize that, you do see, coming from behind, one of these nutcracker these tin soldiers just walk from past the crates, about 2 meters high.
Yes.
And now that, and as it comes closer, you can see it seems like the toy is living, and you didn't see this before because they were so far away, but now that one of them has gotten close, and especially since he's so big, as he gets like within 10 feet of you, you can see that it's not wood anymore.
Oh dear.
It
Is
is
it
flesh and fabric. And these large, bulbous eyes and strange teeth that just come out in a weird, like, unnatural state forward. And its mouth, as it kind of like opens like the nutcracker mouth, has like these just 4 teeth, both from below and above, and it just is kind of slack as it looks at you, holding this, what seems to be a very real rifle currently.
Are you who would speak for this realm, I suppose?
I am leader.
Neater.
I am leader.
Oh, leader. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Arthur Ingold Morgan. I apologize. I did not know that you would be we did not know coming here that there were that you had established yourself, or we would have perhaps not sprung ourselves upon you.
You creator.
Yes, I am.
As you look at it, and kind of like, especially for you, Arthur, kind of in awe of just seeing your toys, although in a very disturbing sense.
It's very disturbed, but he is also having that moment of, wow, I did this. Perhaps it wasn't a good idea, but look at it. It's It's speaking, it's talking, it's got sentience. Wow.
You notice that although it has like a capability of moving somewhat like a person, like with like it has a way to bend its elbows and stuff like that. The important parts, like on the face, like on where his eyes are, it doesn't seem to have eyelids. Just the kind of where you drew the the eyelashes. You can see the hair where the eyelashes should be, like where the eyelashes should essentially form the eyelids. They just come out from the top of the where the eye begins, and it doesn't seem to have lips or anything like that. Just like the skin comes up and the teeth start, and like the skin goes into a gum and then into teeth from both above and below. It doesn't seem to have a. It has a nose, although it is, as it is often like a different color than the rest of the skin, like a kind of a darker red, just kind of a
Like a pink.
like a pinkish color. And the hair on it looks kind of more like fur than like actually what a beard should look like, or hair. Kind of gives a more of a fur feeling to it. And it looks at you and says, "Why, creator, here?" And it just feels uncomfortable as it stares at you.
What did it say? Why creator hair or
No.
why creator here?
Here.
Before.
Alaska has an idea.
Oh.
If I could interject.
Yeah, interrupt.
She's wondering if there's maybe some like instinct in the toys to love children. So she makes herself like smaller as she can.
You're being...
No, I'm aware of that. But like she like widens her eyes so they look bigger, and she goes, "Oh," and she like crouches down in front of them and goes, "Oh, aren't they the most precious thing? Oh, I just want to take them all home. Oh, you're all so beautiful."
So currently, Alaska, there's only one big one in front of you,
Yeah, it's
which
like
is about 2 meters high. So I'm assuming you would probably like rather take a step towards him and kind of look up him. Cause it'd be weird if you're just looking at his feet.
Oh, how about this? I crouch down. I'm like, oh, look at the detail on these shoes.
Yeah, you can do that. The shoes look very detailed and very beautiful, although they do seem a bit square.
And then, as Alaska is done talking, Arthur will go, "Well, I'm afraid when I created you, I did not give you the life that you have here. And coming here was not my purpose. This place, we were both brought here by accident, and this place is what gave you life. It's true that I made your form, but I did not give you the life that you so obviously now have. I don't know why we are both of us, all of us, here. I don't know where here is. My friends and I have been looking for a way out of here, and we came here to the cargo hold to check on everything, to check on you. I did not know you were alive as you are now, but I still wanted to check on you all. It's amazing. I don't know if you are happy to be alive or how you feel, but I am so honestly, it is amazing to speak with you.
Creator. Wait. For.
Can you type it out? Because I honestly can't understand.
Creator worried for invention.
Yes. Uh, Invention is such a harsh word.
I'm trying to actually word it in the way it would word it, so I'm like deliberately.
Yeah, I know. And this is Arthur saying invention is such a harsh word. Invention is such a harsh word. I do, even with those that are not alive, alive like you are, alive like I am, I still care about you, and I want you to have good. I want you to be cared about, and that is why I try my best to give you to children who will care about you, children like Alaska, where who will care for you and that you will bring joy to. Um, I did not bring Alaska here to have any of you. She is just one of the unfortunate people stuck in this world we seem to be stuck in.
Creator.
I was.
Give life.
I suppose I did. How do you feel of that? Should I be apologizing to you? You look in pain.
Life. Not intended.
Life is such a hard word to define. If I could have given you life, I would have, but I have no such power in the places where I created you.
Place. Corrupt. Life.
Oh, I'm so sorry, my boy. I'm so sorry.
It kind of tilts towards the pillar. Life. Right. And it lifts its one of its arms as kind of in a pointing gesture. It doesn't really have fingers. It seems to just like as it kind of holds the gun and like then leaves. It seems like the gun just kind of rests. It seems to be able to grip with its arm, with its hands, even though it doesn't seem to have fingers. It's a really strange thing to look at. It just seems like the gun attaches to the arm.
Wait, what was the last thing it said? Life,
Uh,
right?
Life right, and he points at the tower and the water kind of in the tower.
As he's leaving, Arthur's gonna call out to him.
He's not
"Wait
leaving.
one moment."
He's just pointing.
Oh, he's just pointing. Ah, is that to say that you are pleased to be alive?
I protect right life, and he continues to point. And you see the fishes as the fish continue to go and you notice that the toy, although it looks very disturbing, like it's alive, but it looks very disturbing and kind of malformed. The fish, as they go through the water, come out just as you would expect them. They seem to be fully realized as what they should be. The tin soldier, even though kind of, you know, like malformed as it is, you would have expected with how the fish toys are coming to life, they should have had a similar process. So there is some difference between them.
That Arthur would say something to the effect of, let's see, what would he say? And this is of your own will. You this thing is not this thing that gives life. This is not hurting them. It is not hurting you.
No.
Oh good. Oh good. I'm so pleased that you have this opportunity to become alive. If it is not something that is hurting you, that is causing you pain, Oh, it is so wonderful to meet you.
It, as it continues to look at you, it begins to kind of tilt its head towards the, again towards the tower. Then, as it's kind of looking, the head suddenly jolts all the way in the other direction, away, kind of looking away from you into the darkness.
My boy, is there something wrong?
This place wrong.
Yes, I have also noticed that there are many wrong things about this place. Is there anything we can do to help you? Is there anything? Are you in danger?
Incomplete or destroyed, brethren.
Oh, I am so sorry, my boy. If
They
not-
come. And as he kind of interrupts you, you look again into the direction that he was pointing, and you see toys that you remember not, like, you remember also, like, because you're taking with you parts and, like, all sorts of things. Everything that you sent is ready, but that's not to speak for everything that is being shipped. All of the toys or everything like that.
I would imagine like there would be some breakages in packaging,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
You see, kind of crawling from the darkness, toys that have taken life, broken, some missing with stuffing in places where stuffing should have been is missing. Ripped plushies, broken soldiers, all sorts of toys that have somehow been misused or broken during travel slowly creep from the darkness.
Are they like have they become sort of like in a human way? Are they bleeding? Like do they have human like wounds, or are they just?
It's like you're looking at, like, for the plushies that look like animals, it's like you're looking at a animal with a leg that has nothing in it. And, like, they look like him, of flesh and blood, so those that have broken parts, you just see that, like, blood is pouring from them. But they're also kind of weirdly healed in a kind of off way. Like, flesh is piercing out on unusual spots, and
What I'm really thinking is, if Arthur had tools, if he had the ability to put like the limbs back, does it look like?
no, these look like flesh and blood.
So it's more like he'd need to be a doctor, not a toy.
Yeah, he'd need to be a doctor more.
My God.
But one thing that all of you notice is that the room everywhere beyond this pillar has grown darker. And all of you can kind of just feel the malice. And
Arthur's gonna turn back to the toy just really quick and ask, "My boy,
he will look.
are these toys? Are they? Can we? Do we need to? Is there any way to salvage them? Or are they gone in the mind? Are their minds gone?"
Taken by this place. No hope.
Oh, Arthur's gonna look mildly heartbroken, because he's a cinnamon roll. And
Do
those are
me-
sweeties.
So as you see all of these toys come towards you, all of you do me a favor and roll a quick sanity for me. These flesh-mangled toys that are pulling themselves ever so slowly towards you. as he should. These are toys
So
that.
What am I rolling? A D8?
Oh wow. Okay, Malika, you're good.
Whoa.
You're real
In
good.
this moment, I find hope.
You find you're looking at this and you're like, whoa, this isn't so bad.
Malachi's looking at this and he goes, finally, an excuse to kill some shit.
Wow, I'm just rolling 4s on this. Arthur, you take 4 sandy damage.
That's 67, I think.
Yes.
Alaska's success
No.
as well.
57.
57. Malachi.
So I have a thought for something to do with that critical.
Yeah.
So what exactly did you say was wrong with the broken toys? That basically they had lost all hope and they were lost here.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were just like, they turned into flesh, but they gone cuckoo.
So what I sort of
By the
want
way,
to do with that moment, and let me know if I've gone too far, but I wanted to look over one of the like teddy bears, and it had on like a nurse's outfit, and I want to use this moment to try and make that nurse teddy bear, like, will it to have the ability to maybe start helping some of these more unfortunate toys.
So yeah, you're looking at one of the broken ones with the
Yeah,
nurses.
I'm looking at one of the okay ones, and I want to give it.
Okay.
I want to will it to be able to help the broken ones.
All right. Because of your sandy, I will give you an advantage roll on your power check to do this.
Okay.
I like that thought.
That's a success. That's a fail.
All right. The toy already has. As you're looking at a toy, you look at one of the motionless toys on the floor, kind of lying up against the crates. And as you see these toys approach, you look towards and find a teddy bear kind of in a nurse's outfit with a wooden doctor's, like, similar to a stethoscope. And you just kind of naturally say whisper to yourself, I wish you could help them. And kind of with those words, you just see the eyes of this teddy bear just light up. And it pushes itself awake, gives you a quick glance, and kind of, you can't really tell just by looking at it, but you feel that it smiles towards you, and it kind of begins to waddle towards the damaged toys.
Hey, yo, soldiers, hold your fire, I'll say when I'm seeing this crap go down.
Arthur's gonna follow the teddy with his tiny whittling knife and go, excuse me,
Use 2 of your magic points, Malachi.
Do you have anything to perform surgery with? We could possibly cauterize some of these wounds with, if we... Vincent, bring the torch over here!
It doesn't, as you're kind of bending down, talking to it as it continues to walk, and it just kind of tilts its head in your direction as it continues to walk and smiles and continues forward, and it reaches one of the first toys, what used to probably be a stuffed animal, and you see it kind of hug it. And as it does, you see the toy become a toy again.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that is... Arthur starts, tearing up and patting his eyes with his handkerchief. Oh, that's so beautiful.
And then it grabs the toy and it begins pulling it towards you. And leaves it at your feet.
Oh.
And walks again towards the group, and
Arthur picks up the teddy bear. Is the teddy bear still alive, or did it heal and become inert?
the teddy bear is continuing to heal currently.
I thought it was.
It
I
turned
thought it was,
it turned the toy that it hugged, which was in this case a toy soldier
Oh,
with
that
a
is-
broken leg back into a toy.
Okay, so it's just a regular toy.
Yes.
So Arthur would pick it up and turn turn and walk to the like big leader toy soldier
Hmm.
and go. He seems to be healed, but I do not know what would you have of him?
Fix him when we get home. And he points towards the darkness, and out of the darkness is just kind of pushed a crate out.
Okay, so Arthur will
Put
walk over to the crate, wrap him in a handkerchief, and put him down in the crate.
and the toy turns toward the large toy soldier turns towards the teddy bear and says, "Pull the hurt into crate so they can be healed at home." And the toy soldier kind of looks you up and down and points again towards the water and says, "Life."
Yes, it seems to have given you all quite a.
Seems to be just waiting expectantly as he's pointing.
Would you is that where you'd like us to go?
Creator. Life.
All right.
Wait a second. Wait. Vincent, okay, so there's all the toys that are on the ground that aren't alive. Leader is pointing towards the water and saying life.
Yes.
I'm just going to take a shot in the dock here. I'm going to grab one of the toys and hold it up into the water.
As you put it into the water, it's really strange putting your hand into it. It feels, and you just as soon as you put it in, you kind of instinctively pull it out. It's not like water. You don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of like putting your hand into jelly with current going through it, I guess.
Is it the live stream? Did we find the live stream?
It's really weird, but tell me, what kind of toy do you put into it?
What were the closest ones on the ground that hadn't been given life yet?
All essentially the only ones that aren't outside the tower are like the only ones that are not outside the tower are the fish. So the fish are all inside the tower. Every other toy is outside of it. So you can just essentially pick up whatever toy you want.
Do a Teddy.
I am going to Vincent, what is gonna be? You know what? He actually does. He looks over at Harold. He's like, let's get you a girlfriend. And he puts a teddy bear up there.
You put a teddy bear into the water, and moments after you put it in, you just see kind of leaping through the air, just kind of running on air, essentially, a small teddy bear sized bear with, like, the difference being it doesn't give you the exact kind of feel as a normal bear would. It seems to have like smoother fur and just kind of a leaner figure.
It's a cat bear.
And it just kind of leaps in the air towards the darkness above.
Aw, went the opposite way. Don't worry, Harold. We'll get one for you someday.
You do notice that the fur, though, does have these kind of interesting colorations to it after it went through. Kind of like it was put into the same dye as all the fish. It's not like a brown bear as it used to be. It's kind of like a brown bear with like blue and green and yellow colorations in the fur.
By the way, I put a picture of the eel in Discord.
I turned to leader. I'm like, so is that what you wanted, pal? To help give the toys life?
Kind of gives you like a half a nod and then points again. Leader, life.
Oh,
And-
would you like?
And then looks again at Arthur.
Okay,
And
Arthur's
then
gonna do something really stupid.
all right.
Arthur is going to take the leader by the hand
All right.
and walk into the live stream with him.
All right. The leader gets immediately somewhat confused but doesn't resist. And just asks, "Creator, take leader," and before you even like respond, really, you both walk into the live stream. So to call
I'm
it
going
some.
to- Yeah, and I'm going to use like my mind imagination powers, and I'm just going to imagine him with like the human bells and whistles, like eyelids, clothes that remove, fingers and toes, just like him as he is, not necessarily like changing his, like, not like making him like an extraordinary example of a human being, but just like giving him all the things he should have as a human.
As you walk
What do I
in,
roll?
roll for me a power check.
Gonna die. I'm totally.
And
I'm gonna die. Yes!
nice. You don't spend any actual imagination on this yourself. You're mostly just kind of making sure the live stream does the job correctly. But as you walk in, you kind of are lifted up and engulfed into this water, which feels really weird, off. And you see, as you're holding the hand of the soldier, as it begins to get fingers, turn into a person. And although like it keeps the characteristics of the toy, like the colors of the hair and outfits and everything, it seems to take a full human-like form. The kind of unnaturalness of it fully dissipates, and you
I have a son!
and as you're kind of begin to float upwards and smiling towards him, it says towards you, "Thank you, Creator."
Arthur can't talk 'cause he's still in the live stream.
Yeah. And as you smile, and the toy just kind of begins to dissipate in the live stream, assuming that the job of the stream is done. Everyone outside see as the kind of soldier begins to kind of like run, like kind of leap out of the water, like, and seeing this kind of full human-like shape to it, it is has turned into a full person. And you hear it call out, "Help them, men. Protect them." And the toys, all of the toy soldiers that were like kind of on the crates, they kind of like nod each and every one of them, and then they jump towards the live stream. All except for one, which is this kind of small, like a tiny, tiny, tiny wooden soldier, about kind of like the smallest you could get, like the one that you would put maybe on a keychain.
Yeah.
which stays behind and kind of instead just kind of slowly shimmies its way towards Alaska.
Alaska bends down. Hello.
It puts its tiny, tiny gun in your hand, and then begins slowly shimmying towards the live stream.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Like, how big is this gun compared to my little kid hand?
Like
I mean,
fingernail.
yeah, like a
Are we
fingernail
like
size.
Daisy Cricket?
Yeah, it's like a fingernail size.
Okay. I guess I'll hold it and wait for him to come back.
Is Arthur still in the live stream? Is he just
Yeah.
like... Am I stuck there now?
Who knows? You are about to know at least. Alaska. This is you look at it and first you kind of think that this is just a normal little gun, but something feels weird about it. It feels kind of makes you think of a charm. And you just put it away. And your little friend joins the live stream. And you don't even see Arthur come out anytime soon. You begin seeing the soldiers walk out, and while you are inside the stream, Arthur, you see all sorts of toys, not only the fish, but all kinds begin to kind of rise up from below you in the water, turning into actual living creatures, and they begin to leap out. And as they are passing you slowly, they just wave towards you.
Arthur's crying.
Arthur, I am actually gonna be very you're gonna be very happy about this. You get 10 sanity back.
Woo!
And you will also get 2 of your magic points back.
Woo! Arthur totally aced this checkpoint.
As you see all the toys begin to slowly go into the stream, and all of you begin turning back towards the toys full of malice, and they are all gone. You just see this kind of light go up in the air as they are slowly just dissipating. Like they may have not ever actually been there.
My children, no!
You see the final toy of the normal ones, the nurse teddy bear, walk into the stream. Then you see the fishes all, instead of one by one, all of them just kind of rise up into the water, and you just begin to see this burst of color begin to leave this water as all of the creatures, all of the fishes, all of the toys gain life and leave.
My babies!
As this,
I reach into my pocket. Is the gun still there?
it is still there. And as the last fish leaves, which is this strangely like longer than normal eel, just leaves, the water dries up, and you see kind of hovering in the middle, just kind of hovering towards the bottom of the circular room where this light was kind of emanating from. The room grows dark except for the torch that you have, Vincent, and you can see the faint shape of Arthur in the middle. Arthur, you notice that you are now inside the pillar of inside the tower of crates, and you kind of stand up. And you don't feel like stiff as you used to do.
My goodness, I'm very glad that was not a terrible idea, I must say.
Hey,
Arthur has a big grandpa laugh.
did good there, Arthur.
So as you walk kind of as Arthur walks out of the pillar, you all begin to notice that he is slightly different Arthur looks like a toy man.
Uh-oh.
A living toy man, but out of all of the...
Do I have,
out
do
of
I
all,
have the eyelashes now and everything?
no, you look as perfect of a human-like representation of a toy as it could be. Like, if the laws of what, like, made them into, like, these seamless toy, living creatures apply, in exact reverse, the same would apply to you when you turned into a toy. You can blink your eyes as you're essentially as close to being a full-out human toy as it could be. But you are made from wood.
Huh.
Well, I was quite expecting something like that, to be honest.
If anything, the most eerie thing is like, because his eyes do close normally, but it's kind of like when you close the eyes of a doll, they happen kind of like weirdly fast. And when he talks, he doesn't like move his lips or anything, but what he means to say comes out right.
Well, that's something.
Like, he doesn't move his mouth in a natural way. It just opens and closes like ah la 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 la. But
I must apologize for this, my friends. It seems my good intentions caused us a bit of a change. But
Oh, I haven't
I'm sure
been there before.
I'm sure there's some way to well, I don't regret it, at least.
Listen, if we solve this place, I'm sure everything will be fine. But I think I have a good feeling. Hey, Malachi, what do you think about us, since all the weird lights are gone and stuff? What do you think about getting inside this circle, since it's a nice little barrier, and maybe taking a rest here?
Sounds good. We got a couple crates that are down from where the toys unloaded themselves that we can prop back up there and probably have a good rest without too much hassle and bullshit.
So-
Are all of
Probably
my
keep a
clothes
watch, though.
like? Are all of my clothes like wooden and sort of like
Um,
carved onto me now?
No, some some of your clothes, like I would say like your shirt and stuff like that is kind of painted on you. But then there's like your vest that you're wearing and your hat. They're kind of like felt, and which you could like take off, or like
In that case, Arthur's gonna take off like his vest and his jacket and go, well, as wood, I don't imagine I'll be getting cold, so here.
Does the woodman have a woodman?
Guys, come on. He just met his son for the first time. Of course he doesn't.
That was such a horrible thing to say.
This is like a reverse of Pinocchio. The father becomes the toy. I want to be a real toy? Does that work?
In any case, he's gonna give
I
the
want to
jacket.
be a real doll.
And he's gonna give the jacket to Alaska and fold up the vest and make it a pillow.
But yeah, they are not from the same material as they used to be. They're kind of more felt-like, as you would find on toys. Your hat would probably be made out of wood, but it is detachable.
In that case, Arthur's sort of playing with it, just sort of tapping it and checking out the craftsmanship. He's like checking out his own body and like, my goodness, this is such good quality. I'm so high end.
The weird thing is when he removes the hat, it's kind of like you hear a slight pop sound. And you can see, like, when you're examining the hat, you do notice that inside the hat there is like a tiny pin that seems to go into your head to attach it. To make sure it just doesn't fall off.
Harold, I
'Cause
suppose
the-
we're in the same boat now.
Because the hat is a feature, of course.
Can I understand what Harold's saying now?
No, because he's just squeaking.
Damn it! I could speak toy. That would be awesome.
I mean, even if he could speak toy, he would just be hearing rar, 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 rar.
I do not speak bear.
You might speak toy, but you don't speak bear.
So, I don't mind helping take a first watch. Malachi, you and Alaska should probably get some rest first. And Arthur and
I do not think I will be sleeping, so I believe I will be taking all of the watches.
Arthur, you need your magic points back.
It's true, but how can a fucking puppet sleep?
You do feel tired.
Oh, I
Less-
can sleep as a puppet?
Yeah, you weirdly enough, the only thing that you don't feel is hunger and thirst.
Okay, in that case, Arthur's totally
But that's
asleep.
nothing new, right?
Yeah, you guys haven't felt like hunger or thirst ever since you got here.
listen, let's do this 2 by 2 just to be on the safe side. I'll stay up with you, Arthur.
But Arthur could definitely not have the sleeping pills now.
Yeah. Arthur
And
has
then,
no mouth, or has no esophagus.
Yeah. But he doesn't need to breathe, so you know. The only thing water does is damage the paint, and you know.
Anyway, so
is his mouth opening and closing?
Yes, when he's talking, it opens and closes.
but he has no. It's just like a little gap. It's not actually a hole.
The best part of it is like his mustache, which is, you know, it was kind of more bushy when he was like a person, like his beard, like his mustache is like those traditional like smooth like oiled mustaches like toys would have, like what is the right word? Like the French mustache is like a whoop. They're like as clean, like they're not like bushy or anything like that, and his beard is like, other than his mustache, his beard is like painted on.
Arthur looks fantastic.
Yeah, you can play with your mustache, but you don't really have any other actual beard. Like, essentially the way your face is carved is to kind of take in account that you have beard. So like your chin is probably a little bit sharper than it would normally be, but it's painted like to fit your beard.
Does this change my appearance stat? Did my appearance go up?
I'm gonna say no, but like it's gonna have strange effects. You are a toy. Well, you're a toy that looks like it's like recently finished in pristine condition toy.
Gotta be some uncanny valley shit.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
Alessa's probably terrified of me.
Vincent gets this kind of wicked grin on his face, and he's like, "Hey, Arthur. I mean, at least it seems like it's a good thing that happened to you." A knock on wood as I tap on his chest.
Knock, knock, knock.
Good one. And Arthur slapped you on the back, but now it's like getting hit with a club on the back.
Oh God.
But to give you kind of an idea how your limbs work, like
Is
you've
he
all
like a G.I. Joe? Does anyone remember G.I. Joes back when, like, early 90s, late 80s? They had the little ball joints and stuff. They moved around.
they do it. He does have ball joints. Like you
Yeah,
can see
and
the ball joints.
That way, he's actually one of the more flexible style toys that exist. But, you know, they're still stiff in the main pieces.
Yeah, I just put a picture of it onto Discord for you guys.
Only like
That's
eliminate one of those leg sections because Arthur's real short.
Yeah, it's essentially that.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. The old G.I. Joes used to be like that too.
And for those on the stream, just because it's funny. For those on stream, I'm just gonna change the evidence into new Arthur here. There he is. Tiny as fuck, but it's essentially like, yeah. Like that.
I
What?
really hope we can magic me out of being a toy. Otherwise, I'm probably going to die when we turn. Like in the next combat, all they're gonna have to do is shatter me.
You
lose
might
a
be
fucking
strong as
arm.
oak.
You actually, weirdly enough, are hardier than they are.
Nice! I'm finally useful.
I'm gonna say to represent that you have essentially something similar to damage reduction 1.
Ooh.
So if you take damage, you can reduce it by 1.
Nice.
Hey, and if your
But
arm
if
falls
you
off,
take-
you can take your arm and use it as a weapon.
But
You're
if you
always armed.
but fire, like fire, is much harder to put out on you and will hurt you more.
Yeah.
And your damage resistance does not apply to fire. Because, you know, that would not make any sense.
Yeah.
Your wood. But you all rest in this kind of tower-like structure made from aim crates. And all of you, are you sleeping or are you taking a nap or are you, like, because you're, how do you rest? It's kind of important.
Alaska would definitely fall asleep.
Clutching Harold.
All right.
Yeah.
Harold snores.
How about you, Vincent? Do you sleep or just kind of like rest?
Well, Malachi and Alaska are gonna be up first. We're letting them rest while I and Arthur stand watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try and sleep.
All right.
It's one of those, it takes him forever to fall asleep, but once he's out, like, the atomic bomb could go off next to him and he'd just sort of snore a bit and roll over.
Yeah, okay. So, I want you two, Alaska and Malachi, to roll for me a power roll.
I successed.
You successed.
69, bro.
Hold on, I gotta get my character sheet got close somehow.
Well, you get 10 magic points back, Alaska.
Sweet.
So success.
And Malachi, you also get 10.
Huh?
And you wake up.
What is that? 10 magic points or sanity points?
Magic points.
Oh, okay. So I can go past my max?
No, if you go to your max, that's it. It's just how much you would recover. So if you like,
It's worth enough.
so if you had like, if you could have gotten 10, you would have gotten, like, you would have gotten all the 10 back. But if you could have only gotten 5, you only get the 5.
Any chance I get some of those hit points back too?
Yes, actually there is. There is actually a pretty decent chance on that, since you succeeded on that. Alaska gets 2,
Sweet.
and Malachi gets 11.
Damn.
No, so
Come on.
it just topped me off. You're at full already.
All of the kind of damage you've taken, like, it didn't really have a physical, like, it didn't show on you physically, per se. So as you sleep, you just kind of, your ailments leave you. And and Alaska and Malachi, after about, you don't really know how long, but they wake up, and they seem to be pretty fine. You're not sure if they slept for an hour or for 8 hours. It's kind of hard to tell in this space. But I'm assuming that Arthur and Vincent are going to take a nap.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, Arthur's just gonna pass out.
Roll for me, both of you, a power roll.
He discovered he had a son today.
Both of you make successes, so... Arthur gets 9 magic points and 9 health back.
Sweet.
And Vincent gets 10 magic points and 7 health back.
I was good on health, but now I am... You said 10 magic? Oh, cool, I'm back.
All of your fatigue is gone. And you wake up. No issues. As all of you are kind of have woken up and you're kind of getting ready to go along again, you hear the...
Foghorn?
It's the horn of the ship.
Yeah. Well, either that was automatic or somebody's up there in the captain or the whatever, the helm. Yeah, the helm.
Well, I suppose be a good place to go investigate.
Yeah, getting there is gonna be the problem. But hey, where are the exits to this place anyway? And I'll start looking around for an actual exit to this cargo hold.
So as you are saying that, since you are technically seen still inside this kind of inside this weird circle of crates, a door appears just on the crates, kind of strangely, just as you mentioned that out of thin air, just.
Wait, nobody move. Hold on, I got an idea. Man, I really wish we could all wake up and this be over. Damn.
Boy, perhaps we could wait to say that until I am not made of wood.
You'll be fine. In fact, you'll be made of sturdier stuff when you wake up.
I do not believe my lungs will agree with you, sir.
But there is a door. It looks like kind of like a similar to the doors that lead to the deck of the ship. There is a porthole on it. It doesn't show anything when you look through it. It's kind of like, as normal, it looks into the space. But,
well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Gotta open the door.
I would like to add some flavor.
Alright.
Arthur's knees squeak.
Yes! God.
Only when going upstairs.
When he lifts his knees above like above waist height.
Yeah.
About to say, if we gotta be stealthy, that's gonna be bad.
If we have to be stealthy, Arthur is made of wood now. He can just like crawl.
That is very true.
Actually, he's made of wood now. I just want to test something, Arthur. I want to lift Arthur. Is he lighter or heavier than before?
I would say that he's probably lighter than he was before.
Wait a second, I've got an even better idea. Arthur, hold yourself as still as possible.
All right. Let me put my hat back on.
As he puts a hat back on, plop.
All right. I grab him around the legs and I pick him up and I try to, like, not super fast, but see if I can swing him bat style.
It's very clunky, but you can do it.
Oh, right.
It's like you have to kind of use your entire body to do it because it's just so like clunky. Like he's lighter than he was, but he's still kind of heavy and just unwieldy and very unwieldy.
I've got a different idea. All right, I hold him down kind of like a battering ram instead, like a SWAT team battering ram. Now hold your elbows out.
Vincent, I need those.
Hey, listen, I'm just testing ideas here, pal. All right, and I put him back up.
I never
Last ditch effort. You're a weapon.
He has the old man hump.
Alright, in for a penny, in for a pound, like I said, and I open the door.
As you open the door, all of you roll for me a power check.
Damn it.
Everyone roll power?
Yes.
Perfect.
Arthur has failed.
Everyone except Arthur make it. So, as you open the door, it's kind of like you opened up a door to vacuum as the air just begins to suck out through the door, and all of you kind of struggle to hold still. Until, Vincent, you feel Arthur just crash into your back and push you through the door as well, since you are the one that opened it.
Well,
Makes sense. Arthur's now the lightest.
And you are pulled through the door. After a while, like, after they are pulled through, the door just kind of closes. And Malachi and Alaska, you were still on the other side.
and Harold.
Yeah, and Harold.
Sorry, I keep hitting my microphone.
Well, unintentional party split. Good times.
Malachi is just thrilled because he got rid of those other two bozos.
Okay, now let's figure out how to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the way. I'm gonna quiz you on your world geography.
Alaska starts crying. It's a bit too much. I bury my face in Harold.
Oh, he squeaks. And, meanwhile, Vincent and Arthur, you hit the floor pretty hard. Boom! As you hit the kind of steel-plated floor.
Arthur just tumps.
The room, as you kind of immediately look around, it's not like, as you're lying on the floor, kind of, it's not dark in here. Actually, it looks like sunlight is getting into this room.
What is this room?
You look up, and you're in the helm.
Oh, hey, it's where I said I wanted to go. Where are the other two?
You look back towards where the door is, and it's there. But there is on it painted a lock.
Oh dear.
Ah, damn.
I don't suppose you have any paint on you.
No. Is the lock a different... What kind of shape is it? Just like an actual lock?
It's painted like a padlock.
I don't think I have anything on me normally that would help with this. I mean, I have that king or that chess piece, but other than that,
How have you been enjoying the cruise so far? You hear coming from somewhere in the room.
and that's a quick twitch in a direction. Listen, check to see where it came from.
Spot hidden.
All right.
Or
Yes, go for it. Listen or spot hidden. Both work.
Gosh darn it!
which one do I want to do? I'm gonna do. My first instinct was listen.
Oh, so you hear it comes from the back of the room, kind of away from the kind of where the wheel of the ship is, and you turn towards it, and you don't see a figure standing there. As you kind of pierce your eyes, you see kind of in the wall, as if painted into it, a figure.
Hello?
Hello there.
Might I inquire your name?
I am let's just call me the Baron, alright?
Baron of what?
Does it matter? Doesn't really anything matter in this place.
Well, I would say so, sir. Manners always matter.
Hey, yo, were you one of the people on the ship before, or are you part of this world?
Oh, I guess you could say that I was a part of the ship before, yes. Oh, yes, I was. I was one of the crew. Oh, well, not the crew itself, I was a passenger.
Huh. So, yeah, this trip I'm gonna need a refund, Mr. Barron.
I'm not sure that's so much that's within my capabilities, but you could certainly ask the captain when you meet him. If you meet him.
Well,
Most of the
I do
crew of
not
this
suppose-
most of the
I
crew of the
suppose you
ship.
know- Sorry,
No, you continue, please.
I was just gonna ask. I do not suppose you know where the captain is.
Oh, most of the crew of the ship and other passengers have already passed on to the Dreamlands. From what I can tell.
I was
Some have perished. Some are still in the Dreamlands. Like you, some of them are on the borders between, like you and I.
I do not suppose you know the way out back the way we came.
I must confess, I'm not sure there is such a thing as a way out of the Dreamlands, but you can certainly search for it.
oh, you're damn well certain we're gonna be searching for it. And next thing, where the hell are our two friends?
Oh, they're just past the door. They just haven't come through it yet.
And the door with the lock on it, was that the door we got like shoved out
Yes.
or whatever?
Yes.
I go back to the door and I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark here and I'm gonna beat on it. Like, about 3 knocks.
You knock on it, and it's like knocking on a wall.
Vincent, perhaps we do not want Miss Alaska and Mr. Malachi to be in here until we know it is safe. No offense to you, sir.
Oh, it's perfectly safe, but no offense taken. But it's perfectly safe in here, as you can see. I am the only one here. And if you look out the window, you can see a perfectly beautiful view of what seems to be the ocean approaching. But it is not really approaching.
Wait, approaching? Aren't we on the ocean? And I look.
You can see that you see actually the ship on the tilted sea, kind of looking at the. Weirdly enough, since you're standing on the ship this way, it's kind of like you're looking directly forward on a tilted horizon that's like.
God,
This is-
that makes me queasy every time.
Yeah. This seems to be the only windows in the that I've at least seen that function normally.
Is that true? We ourselves have seen the outside as it is, but I do not believe we have found any windows that saw other things. We have indeed found portals to the other places around, but not any windows.
Well, we've seen, yeah, we remember the very first room we were in. The windows, it looks like they're looking out into space.
Oh, that's true. It seems with
Yeah.
all of the hubbub about my my current situation, I must have forgotten.
Most
That's all right, bud.
most of the windows seem to do that. Now, give me a moment. Now that I see that you are not as dangerous as some of the other people that I've encountered, and he kind of just steps out of the wall.
Oh,
Convenient to these powers of the mind here. Good to
Yes.
protect yourself from weird things and other dangers of this place. I can see that you have been affected in a similar manner, no? And he says as he looks at you.
I'm afraid some of my creations found themselves to have come to life. I gave them a bit of myself in order for them to reach a place where they could be safe.
Ah,
It's been
So-
one merry-go-round after another, pal.
so a accidentally willing transaction, I guess.
Yes, I suppose. Yes.
Well,
I cannot say I regret it.
you are not the only one that has done such things, I assume. I for one, and he kind of And you notice as he's kind of waving his hand, you notice that his hand, his right hand, is kind of like a paintbrush.
Ah.
An accident that happened, but it has paid off. May make certain things easier for me, but it works.
Have you been staying up here in the helm this whole time, or what?
Oh no, I walked between a few rooms. I was at first with a professor. What was his name? We got separated during. We ended up in in the kitchens, if I think correctly, and it began to flood, and we got separated there. I don't know where he ended up, but I am here, and I've been stuck here.
He kind of turned into a book.
Yes, I'm afraid we found.
Any interest? Is it an interesting book?
Well, it is an autobiography of his life.
I might give it a flip.
I believe our friend Malachi has it. Arthur is lying.
I was gonna say, I know I never touched that book. One of you two has it.
It's Arthur's got it, because I handed it over. That's funny.
Well,
I don't trust him, and until I read in the book that, he did not, that is the truth, don't want to give him the book in case the book says incriminating things.
Yeah, now that we know that this guy's been a part of his life, we can at least maybe look in the book at some point and figure him out, and see if there's anything more about him.
Exactly.
But, for now, we need to distract, so,
I don't suppose since you, I assume, painted the lock on this door, that you would be willing to open it.
Well, there isn't much in it for me right now, but I keep it locked for a different reason than what you may think.
Oh,
Well,
have you run into the some of the creatures of this place?
This door leads into the flooding chambers I mentioned before, and when I got in here, it began flooding this room as well, so I locked the door to keep it from pouring in.
Say, from the room that we were just in, there was no flooding.
Well, that is very interesting. In case the room layout or transportation changes with time, I attempted to check, see where it went a few times, and it continued to go into the passages of that kitchen. And it is currently the only way out of this room.
Well, maybe it depends on who last came through it and everything.
It could possibly be.
That is true. It could be that because you came in, did you use this door to come in from the kitchen?
That is indeed correct, yes.
It could be then that the door leads you out of where you have been. In our case, we were not in a flooded room, but in your case, you were. So it opens to where you have come from, perhaps.
I guess there's only one way to fully research this, yes?
Yes, give me a key, I'll see if it opens to the room we were just in.
It doesn't really need a key. I mostly drew the padlock to represent it being locked. It is
an illusion. I see.
It is more than enough to just, and he walks to it and just uses the brush to kind of take away the color to do this. And as soon as he finishes, you see the door kind of tilt open and water begin to pour through. And he goes,
In that case, Arthur will speed over and hold it closed.
And he draws a lock immediately again on it. It seems that our theory was incorrect.
Well, you did that. What if I did it?
Oh boy, how would you unlock the door?
Maybe if I hold on to your paint hand and do what you just did, but it's me doing it?
We can certainly try. I won't object to it. I would love to get out of this room. It's been I don't know how long it's been. It's hard to tell time down here.
My friend, if you have been safe here, it is possible that you might want to stay, even if this door comes to another place, for we have run into many situations where it was not safe. There are many dangers around.
Staying here doesn't necessarily mean safe. Who knows how long this world will stay like this? And who knows how long I will be alone in here?
And while they're chatting, I just kind of reach out, grab his hand, and do what he just did myself with the.
As you do it, the water begins to pour in again.
Ah, damn it! Close.
And he locks it again.
Well, that didn't work.
I will say this much. At least this is what I'm assuming, is that it can't be that this place stands here forever, yes? There must be either a way out, or we just are stuck in this limbo forever until we die, or there is a time. There are 3 options, really.
Well, we were sucked in through a door. But where we were did not have any flooding, per se.
Oh, you are talking about the room that you were in. I was talking more about the space in general.
Oh, yes, I have many thoughts on that, but none of them any help. But one moment, please. And Arthur walks over to the door and knocks out shave and a haircut.
Yeah, you knock it. It's like knocking on a wall.
Yeah. But do Alaska or Malachi hear it?
No, they do not. If anything, let's check on what they are doing currently. You're inside. You're still in the cargo hold currently, Alaska and Malachi.
Okay, can we try and open the door?
Yeah, you walk again, Alaska. You walk again to the door and you pull it open, and immediately again you are pulled into the room with the wind, like kind of the wind just pulling you in. If you want, you can roll a power roll to resist this. But from your side, guy, from those that are already inside, you see the door open into the cargo hold, and you just see Alaska and Malachi just stand there being pulled towards by the winds, and they...
Okay, in that case, Arthur is gonna run for the door, or actually, since he's right next to it, he's gonna, like, hold it open and, like, gesture to the guy. After you!
You go and hold the door, putting your weight to it, but it's like walking against the wind there. Like, it's really hard to move, and he goes, well, I'll see what I can do, and he tries to move, and as he reaches the door, it's kind of like he reaches a wall, like, and he's trying to push himself through, but it doesn't seem like he's getting very far. Alaska and Malachi, you see on the other side, Vincent, Arthur, and a unknown figure. Arthur's holding the door, and the unknown figure is trying to leave, but it doesn't seem like he can go through the door.
Can we pull Arthur through?
Arthur's holding the door, so you can't really reach him, and it's taking all you can to just stand still, not being pulled into the room.
I just look through the door. I'm like, oh, come on through. We're at the helm.
You say that. It's kind of amplified on the other side. It sounds like he's shouting it for you guys.
Do you want to go through?
Is it safe?
There doesn't seem to be any danger. However, we are stuck in this room.
Hey, it doesn't have any flying insect lions. It doesn't have any rifts trying to eat us. It does. I call this a win, honestly. I'm just gonna say this is a win.
I'd have to agree.
I'm not sure, so I looked to Malachi. 'Cause what they just sold, I don't want to buy.
I was gonna say, where we're at now doesn't seem less safe. I'm at a coin flip whether we go through.
We'd be back together. I guess that's nice, you know.
That's basically that's where I'm at. It's just like, do we fight to try and pull you through to here, or do we just go forward?
Yeah, I think they should come back over here.
I think we should try and pull it. Does it get worse for them if they try and like come around the side of the door?
It's like, it's more like when you get into the doorway, it's like they're pushing on a wall, trying to get through a wind wall, essentially.
If I used
Essentially, Alaska, because you're the one that opened the door, you could reach the figure who's in the doorway, but you couldn't reach anyone else because you can't really move forward.
if I used 2 luck points and got it down to an extreme success, would I be able to do more?
Not in this situation. This is the power was to resist being pulled into it.
So should I roll like another power roll, or well,
what are you trying to do specifically? Are you
trying to pull Vincent back to this side?
all right?
I mean, I'd still be stuck if you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to get her, or sorry, Arthur. I'd like to get Arthur too.
All right. Currently, just because of the situation currently, the only one you can reach is the unknown figure because he's the one standing in the doorway. But he could easily, like, Vincent could easily just step in where he is. It's easy enough to get to the door for them, but getting through it is the impossible part. But the Baron will look towards you, Vincent, and says, "Do you want to give it a try?"
Yeah, sure. Let's see. I try to stick my hand back through.
Yeah, it's like you push on a wall, and Alaska, she can reach you. As you put your hand through where the door, essentially the doorway is itself, you feel a severe pull on your hand, and you grab kind of Vincent's hand, and you're trying to pull your hand back through the doorway. Roll for me a power check.
Me?
Yes, yo.
Okay. Well, it'd be helpful if I didn't have Malak's sheet up.
Minimize it. Or do that.
Success.
You struggle with it, but you manage to slowly pull, like, Vincent's hand through. Vincent, this is extremely painful.
Ow.
This
ow,
is
ow,
like somebody's
ow,
pulling your hand off.
Yeah,
ow.
Vincent's got a dislocated shoulder now.
And yeah, after she pulls you like to your kind of elbow, you hear a pop.
Oh.
Oh.
Like a pop, and you just feel the hand go limp.
Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go.
Do you keep pulling?
No, I would.
That's too bad.
As soon as you let go, Vincent, you are just like thrusted back into the room like a bullet. Just
Oh dear.
and you land kind of
Is,
halfway into the room on your back, like with your shoulder dislocated.
Is the Baron like clear of the door?
Yeah, he kind of walked away, kind of to the side, and he's like,
Okay, then Arthur's gonna let the door shut and run over to Vincent and go, "Oh dear."
yeah, you as soon as you let go of the door, it slams closed, and you walk and you run to Vincent, and the Baron as well, kind of like walks over to you.
Let's do a first aid.
Are you all right, friend? Looks like you took a tumble.
Shoulder, socket, not functioning. No.
Arthur tries to fix you, but as he tries to kind of put it in place, he hits it like wrong, and it just sends a jolt of pain through.
God fucking damn it! He like cussing.
I'm gonna say from that all and alright, I need to check one thing here on Arthur really quickly. Alright, he has no damage bonus, which is good for you.
Arthur was doing really good. It's time
Oh,
for him to fail more now.
You take 2 points of damage, Vincent. One from being thrusted backwards and one from Arthur trying to fix your shoulder.
Arthur, don't touch me.
I'm sorry, my boy. It's the wooden arms. I don't know my own strength.
And you look at the Baron, who looks at you and says, Vincent, that's your name, right, friend?
Yeah, Baron, that's my name. No.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, what's the question?
What is 1 plus 1?
1 plus 1. That is 2.
Alright, as soon as you answer, he attempts to really quickly put your, like, shoulder back in socket. And it fails.
Oh no!
It hurts like hell. But at least you were distracted for when he did it. And now you take 4.
Okay,
Could we
can the
stop with the hurting me thing?
Can Arthur get a second shot with just looking at Baron and both nodding to each other?
Yeah.
And Baron holds Vincent down.
As the Baron, like, finishes that and you're just like,
Swing. I
He-
swing.
By the way, the Baron...
You swing at me, but I still
Left arm. I swing at both of them.
Yeah, well,
Batter him away.
at least that does. So that's the reason why you fail. You don't hurt him. He just doesn't like accept any of this. And the Baron kind of like the Baron kind of stands up. No, you don't need to damage him. He just pushes you away before.
Okay.
But as the Baron finished his heal attempt, he like fixing attempt, he just looks towards you and says, "Well, at least I tried."
Agreed.
And G,
Yes.
I'm gonna do the one thing that I've got a plan for this one. Alright, I'm just so mad at what just happened. Like, I'm just like, the rage, the pain. I run at the wall, and I just, like, slam my shoulder into the wall to try to fix it myself with a luck roll instead, and I'll use my luck card on it.
Alright, do it.
And I'm just like, motherfucking mother Teresa, goddamn! And I just slam.
Fuck yeah, do it, man. This is exactly the... Oh!
Oh, can I spend 2 luck?
Bullshit.
Sadly...
No, just spend the luck point.
No, sadly you can't...
Luck roll.
You can't spend luck on a luck roll.
Oh, that's right.
Because you would essentially always... You would never be able to make
Yeah,
it.
you're right. You're right.
But you can... I will say, normally... I'm gonna say, like... I'll allow you to push it in this case, because this is a very extreme example.
Yeah, this
What
is just sad now. This is just
So-
sad now.
And I'm already damaged. Like,
Yeah.
I'm already at half my hit points from just this bullshit right here. So, this is crazy.
Oh, you pushed it and succeeded.
So here's how I imagine it happens. Since pushing is technically a second attempt, what happens is he runs at the wall, he slams into it, and he falls over instead. And as he falls, the way his elbow lands, it pops it back in.
It is extremely painful. But you don't take damage this time, and the Baron just say, "Well, that worked, I guess."
Kellen, I'm so sorry.
I'm just gonna lay here for a while.
And the Baron just like kind of it goes on knee next to you and pats you on the shoulder, on the other shoulder, and just says, "Well, that was very resourceful of you. Good job, kiddo."
Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna nap. Just leave me alone for a while.
Arthur is gonna turn to the Baron and ask, is there any way you could draw a bridge? If I open the door, could you draw a bridge on the ground?
Well, it doesn't really work that way. What I can do with it is I can draw symbols and such to represent certain things, like a lock.
It's more like rune work.
Yes, that is exactly kind of what I'm talking about. But what we could technically do, I could remove the mark on the locking mark after they open the door, and I can put a chain on it to lock it in place.
I suppose that would work, but that would not solve our problem of getting to either side.
No, but it would open up a passageway for them, but I'm not sure they could leave. It seems like they are being pulled towards this room. It's similar to what happened to me, actually, when I opened the door first. It pulled me in.
Perhaps, instead, if we could get them in this room, perhaps you could draw a rune to keep the water out. To trap the water in a sort of a barrier.
Well, I wonder how it would work. The room is flooding. And I'm not sure to the extent of the flood, however.
Well, how...
Maybe there is another way out of this room, but we just haven't found it yet.
Yes, I suppose.
Th-
there
this-
are windows, right?
Yes. This place isn't exactly straightforward.
Have you tried, my good man, have you tried drawing a door on the window?
I could try. I'm not sure if it would work, but I could try. He walks towards the window and he will draw with his pencil hand a window shape. And you just see as he finishes it, the paint kind of glows for a second and just melts down. He says, well, that didn't work. But we could maybe break the windows. I'm not sure if that's gonna work, but we could maybe do it.
That is true. I hesitate to.
I'm not
I suppose-
I'm not a man of strength myself. I could not do it.
Well, I have much more strength. I have much more sturdiness in this wooden form I find myself in. But I hesitate to break this barrier because I do not. It's possible that what we are seeing is not what is actually outside.
That's very true. But me for once,
There have been many impossible things that have happened to us. So I would not give up on impossible situations. However, my first priority is reuniting with our friends. I hesitate to leave Malachi alone as the only defense of Miss Alaska.
well, that is I would not mind being reunited with some of your friends there. That would not bother me at all.
The more the merrier. And Vincent's or not Vincent. I am Arthur. Vincent is Vincent.
How correct you are.
So Arthur's gonna look around the room just for useful, imaginative things to stoke his wild imagination.
All right.
Spot hidden, I guess.
You're just looking for inspiration?
Yeah, just basically.
I'll say sure. Sure.
Okay. Spot hidden is really bad for me. I just that's the only thing I think of automatically. It's just everything. Spot hidden. Hey!
Nice.
Yay!
I have no idea what could help, but maybe I find something.
You... Let's see. Yeah, you, kind of looking around the room, kind of looking for just kind of anything that could help you in this situation. You do notice that this room has, because this is the helm, it has a desk there with what seems to be one of those, similar to, like, the, just a desk with some sorts of equipment on it that you're not really sure. It's not your field.
I'm not a sailor.
Yeah, and there are also a few kind of, some sorts of gadgets stuck to the walls. And you notice that on the kind of on the far wall, the wall far away from the windows, there is in the middle of it, what seems to be kind of like just shelves, like just like a open cupboard or no, an open like cabinet essentially with all sorts of like books in it and what may have at some point in the real world been maybe what maps, but look to be empty, just empty paper scrolls now.
And there are no like vents or anything nearby.
No, but the that whole cabinet looks out of place.
Okay, Arthur's gonna go and like peek behind it.
You notice that it is stuck to the wall, and as you're kind of peeking at it, you look kind of into it as well, and you notice that there are pins in the back and on the up, like, that kind of stick out, like you could spin them to get them out. On every like in every corner of this cabinet, essentially.
Why on earth would you screw a cabinet into a wall? My friend, have you seen this?
Are you talking to the Baron? Because the Baron will walk over.
Yeah, I'm talking to the Baron.
He goes, I saw it. I flipped through a few of the books, but I didn't find anything of interest.
Oh no! I was speaking of these pins, these screws in place.
Oh, I did not see those. No.
Perhaps we should take a moment to see if we cannot dismantle this and move it to the side.
Not a bad idea, my wooden friend.
Okay, what should I roll to do this?
You don't need to roll anything. You are just essentially getting rid of like attachments there. You unscrew whatever is holding you to the wall, and as you do the last two, you kind of like split the right and left side between you. And as you pull the last one out, you just feel immediately as the shelf just kind of like tips over and begins to fall down onto the floor, and past it is a ladder.
Ho ho!
A small kind of hidden away room with a ladder that goes down.
Okay, in that case, he's gonna go knock on the door again because he doesn't know that they didn't hear him knock last time.
Yeah.
He thinks he knocked and they opened the door.
And while this happens, let's check on the people in the cargo hold.
So the door's still open or the door closed?
The door is currently closed because Arthur let go of it.
Okay.
Arthur let go of it when Vincent was thrown back into the helm.
Okay.
So you basically saw Vincent tumble down on his ass.
Yeah.
And then Arthur ran away.
In a lot of pain.
Do you think it's a good idea to go in there with them?
Did the Baron seem like a threat?
He was a well-dressed man. Most, like, his clothes were dirty, and he did have a paintbrush for a hand. But other than that, he looked like kind of a, like, you guys would definitely know the type of these kind of weird art snobs. And, like, these slightly richer, like, rich guys. He was definitely, like, somebody of a wealthier status, and you could kind
Arthur was holding the door for him.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Miss Alaska? What does it seem like the Bureau?
Imagination is king.
Should we go forward or should we stay here? Which do you think is the right answer?
And I think back to what I read in the Alice in Wonderland book about the journey of 1,000 miles beginning with step. And I take Malachi's hand and I said, I think we should go.
Okay. That sounds like an intelligent choice. at least as intelligent as the other choice here. And I sort of pop the door open and step forward.
All right. As you this time, since you are intending on going in, the wind pulls you in, but since you're not resisting it or anything like that, you step through without too much issue.
Hello, friends! We found another way. You are just in time.
Oh, good.
Oh, might I introduce you to Baron? Baron, these are our companions, Miss Alaska Bell and Mr. Malachi.
Baron, is that a given name or a title?
It is it is a title of sorts.
Oh, Baron of what?
No real place really. I just met people I had no idea who were, and this place is not exactly a place where what you see immediately you can trust.
Well, he's saying that, I've stopped really listening, and I walk over to Vincent. He's nursing his shoulder, and I go, are you okay?
Pal, it's not very good to talk to me at the moment, so just go deal with them.
Alright.
Unfortunately, we had some trouble with young Vincent's shoulder, and
Oh, doesn't one of
You
us have
could
a
say that again,
complaint?
as he says it very spitefully.
I do apologize.
I just lean into Vincent before I back away, and I go, sounds like Baron of bullshit. Is he okay? Do you think he's safe?
He hasn't really shown much harm so far, but just keep an eye out. It's hard to judge people here.
Yeah.
Of course.
You've been around
So-
longer than me.
Yes, so far so good. All I can say. He did try
So
to
good?
help
You
me
sure
get my
about
arm.
that? Did we hear any of the commotion through?
No, you heard no commotion through the door.
Okay.
He tried to help with my arm, but you know, that's why I'm over here. I had to slam myself into the wall to fix it.
Oh, that seems like it worked well for you. Keep an eye on that. You want me? I don't want to have to pop it out and back in.
Oh, it's already.
While they're talking, Arthur is just nattering on, like doing the first episode nattering on to Baron about, you know, their adventure so far, and how smart Alaska is, and this is Harold, and all sorts of things.
Well, I will say that you've had quite the journey, if anything. I only passed by some 3-4 rooms before I got here.
Oh. Hey, Godpool, can I ask something?
That you
Quick.
can.
This is a helm. I just realized, usually on a ship like this, there's always a first aid kit nearby. Is there anything on the wall, first aid kitty?
There is a first aid kit on the wall.
I would like to see if there's anything in there for pain and all that good stuff, and try to get myself at least feeling a little bit better.
You find so just quickly to make sure that I'm not gonna bullshit this. Wow, first aid kits are very relatively new. They were made in 1888. You find some like essentially a bit of like alcohol to like help clean wounds. There is stuff to like all right here. So I have a very basic list of what is in it. There is essentially like bandages. There's basic stuff to like sterilize a wound. A few basics like stuff to like, let's see. They were in, this is in a metal box equipped with like a gauze, adhesive plaster, dressing, bandages, and sutures.
Sutures?
Yes. Weird.
Suitors are a
It's just a bunch of people waiting to marry him.
With bouquets.
Sutures. I'm
Any of you suitors a doctor?
God damn it.
One of them's like totally a 3, but she thinks she's a hot nurse.
There is some like alcohol to clean wounds, and but there aren't really any proper painkillers, from what I can tell.
Ah, damn it. Let's see.
Let's see.
I am going to. Ah, hell, it's Imagination Land, and I'm feeling a little re-energized. I'm gonna pull out a card.
Alright.
I need a health patch. I'm gonna
Fix me!
Slap it on your arm.
Yep, I'm gonna put the card against my shoulder. Let me figure out what I would like to put there. I know kind of why I'm gonna think of it this way, but I need to put a
Alright, wait, actually, I'm reading here a little bit more. I found, okay.
Is there something in there?
There is... there is, some opioids in there.
I need to stay a little,
So, there is like a... Because in 1890s, like... Because opiates were a taboo, they were being prescribed by doctors, weirdly enough, at some point there. Don't quote me on this, this is just something I was reading up on to make sure what kind of, like... But there are essentially opioids that work as a, like, to help relieve pain. There is an equally likely chance of there being morphine in there, but no matter what it would be something that would be pretty weirdly strong.
I am going to take... Let's see. My logic with this, I'm going to grab the little thing of alcohol that's for actually cleaning wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take a 4 of diamonds. The logic that Vince is coming up with is a diamond is as close to a cross shape as he's going to get with his cards. He's going to slap it against the bottle of alcohol and he's like, well, let's see. Let's try to turn this into a healing tonic. Come on. Magic.
Fix me! Alright, roll.
That's famous potions.
Wow, you made it. You see, weirdly enough, the bottle just like the card just kind of wraps around the bottle. What diamond do you use?
It was a 4 of diamonds because he was going for like 4 points, 4 points of a cross. Diamond is 4 pointed, so he was trying to like think completely all 4s in medical.
Alright. But it wraps around and you see the liquid glow a little bit and it doesn't change color, but you're pretty sure it worked.
Well, through my lips, or wait, no, past my lips, through my gums. Look out, world, here she comes, and I just chug it.
Well, it still has like an alcohol-like taste, but it does fix you up a little bit. By 6.
Oh, I'm back to normal.
You feel like a strange warmth go over you, and like the pain that was encompassing you before has all but left. But it still tasted like, you know, alcohol that you use to clean wounds, so it tasted awful.
He cusses in Italian for a little bit since Alaska's back in the room. He's just like a doctor, you know, whatever, even dirty. No, that's not cussing, but oh god, but no, he just tosses the bottle down, tests his arm a little bit. All right, I'm back. All right, what are we doing? He looks at everyone else.
The ladder, my boy, the ladder.
There is a ladder leading down. Oh wow, what? My book has a rip in it. That's not nice.
Ladder leading down, huh?
Yes. Next to it is the bear. Next to it is the Baron, and I think Malachi as well. And we'll go. Well, if you want, we could go down. Whatever. I will be going down whether or not you want to stay here. But I'm assuming that you all want to go down. I would prefer not to leave the group as of yet.
Absolutely. Hey, 1 second before we go, is there anything else of use up here that we maybe haven't seen?
You can look through the room if you want.
I do grab the rest of the first aid kit stuff because that could come in use. You said it was like some bandages and sutures and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
you essentially used. There are like 4. Weirdly enough, there are like 4 of these tin bottles of alcohol. Like some of it is like, all of it is to like disinfect, but you know. But I'm assuming that you want to search this room for something of interest.
Yep.
All right.
And I hand over the stuff from the first aid kit to Arthur since he has the bag. Don't you have a bag or something you'd be using?
A suitcase.
Or suitcase? Yeah. Hey, here, this could come in handy, and then I'm gonna look around just to see if there's anything useful.
So just roll for me a spot hidden.
Success, almost a hard success.
Nice.
Would a hard do anything different? Because I'd be willing to spend 2 points of luck to do that.
Maybe it does.
Yeah, sure, I'll take off 2 points of luck.
All right. Heckety heck. So, all right. Let's see. I'm reading a little bit here to know what you are finding, because there are things you find. So, you look through the room, kind of trying to see if there is anything else of interest. Taking a few glances here and there, but what catches your attention the most is this. Or the shelves here. This cabinet. And as you go through, there are books there. And there is a book that catches your attention. There is a book that that has the name SS Voyage.
Huh.
Isn't
Reach out.
that is stoking my memory of something?
Isn't that one of the ship that disappeared like a few years ago or something like that?
That would be very. Yes, that is very much true.
The story that Henriette was telling, wasn't it? Or
yes.
Or was that? It's like, hey, and I pull it out. It's like, hey Malachi, look at this, and I hand it over to him. That thing that Henriette girl was talking about. That crazy story about the disappearing ship.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I was paying too much attention to her, but yeah, the ship that went.
Yeah.
Does it look like the Arthur 2.0 book?
No, it does not look like that book. It looks old, much older than any of the other books around there.
I guess we'll open it up and give it a quick glance. Hey Baron, if you'll just hold on for a second, bud.
I'm not in any rush.
I guess we can all gather around and sort of flip through it.
Yeah. So, you begin flipping through this book, kind of. So, it begins. It's weird. It's like you notice when you open the book that half of it looks old and degraded, while the other half looks new. Like just the pages, nothing else.
Okay.
It is a ship that was made with an iron hull, a screw propulsion, and a compound steam engine, which was pretty revolutionary at its time. It was let's see, do I have the name? It was made in. Let's see, what here? It's supposed to be here somewhere. It was made in 1877, but from what you can read here, it was decommissioned about 10 years after it had since it was made, having essentially been used for 10 years straight with a lot of use. And it had the it was capable of ferrying about 1,000 to 1,300 passengers and 5,000 tons worth of cargo. And a lot of the stuff is just history, like basically shipping, like information on like travels it took during the 10 years. It's essentially like a shipping manifest in a way. It does have, like, the first few pages just talk about the kind of what kind of ship it was and things like that. Until you reach the newer part, which has, essentially it's like opening a new book. And the title there is the SS Carter.
That's what we're on, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah, shit.
How did the voyage part of the book end versus, like, what was the ending pages on it?
The ending page was it was essentially talking. It was writing that it was being decommissioned.
Okay.
And it was the year 1887 that it was decommissioned in.
Right.
Oh, shit.
The second part of the book, which is weird, it doesn't read as a normal book.
Right.
It starts here. Originally known as the SS Voyage, but it was changed after being remodeled, which took about 3 years to do. It is a remodeled ocean liner, originally built in 1877, but decommissioned 10 years later, after its entire crew was found deceased aboard the ship with no noticeable cause. The ship was believed to be cursed until Carter Navigation bought the ship at a discounted price and remodeled it into a luxury cruise liner. Originally known as the SS Voyager, it was one of the earlier ships to be built with an iron hull, propulsion, and a compound steam engine that significantly reduced travel time. It was decommissioned after it arrived in New York City Harbour with its entire crew and passengers dead with no cause. Many believed the ship to be cursed, which drove most to fear it.
Wait, the SS Carter has this story?
Yes.
What year was it decommissioned?
It was decommissioned in 1887, and it took 5 years to remodel. No, it was decommissioned and it was bought. Let's see. I'm gonna continue here just before I answer your question. Many believe the ship to be cursed, which drove most to fear it. Until it was bought in 1890, nobody dared approach the ship, leaving it to rust away in the New York City harbor. It was originally owned by a man named Balthasar Conway. That is kind of the gist of the information you get from there. It was a kind of haphazard combination of both of those informations. But the ship, let's see, it is currently the year 1892.
Okay, so I'm just making sure I'm understanding this correct. There was the Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
Then that one was decommissioned after the entire whatever was found dead, like 100 passenger stuff.
Yes.
Then Carter bought it, remodeled it in 1887.
Yes.
As the SS Carter, but it was also had the same story where everyone was found dead and stuff.
No, like the initial chapter essentially of this book was essentially a retelling of the Voyager story.
Okay.
So like the SS Carter chapter of the book was essentially telling of its origin.
Okay.
And
so
the rest of the book is essentially like an empty manifest, except no, not an empty. It's a passenger manifest essentially.
What does it say on my name? I just flipped it and see about our names.
You can find your names easily. And you can see there is a, like, instead of, like, where it says, should say quarter, like quarter, it says status. And in where your quarter number should be, it says limbo. You see a lot of names that have currently either dead, dreaming, limbo. Yeah, dead, limbo, or dreaming.
Is there somebody's name named Baron by any chance? Did it adjust to his name or?
No, you find nobody named Baron, but you do find in the ship manifest, as you check over the, because I'm assuming that you're going over the entire manifest.
Yeah.
You do find in the back where it talks about the crew. The captain of this ship is a man named Balthasar Conway.
Well, that's not good.
Wait, that was the owner of the original ship, wasn't it?
Yes.
You say that with such glee. You're like, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
you're fucked.
Yes, yes, it was.
Which,
I'm glad you noticed.
the owner of the original ship who sold it. But he is still, he is apparently registered as the captain of the ship.
Well, that's not good. How many people, tally them up, how many people are in limbo at the moment?
Counting currently all of the ones in limbo, you count the total of, you guys. There are currently 7.
I'm guessing the captain's name is one of those.
The captain's name is indeed one of those. And
Are all of our names in limbo?
yes, and then there's one other called I don't remember his last name.
Is Harold listed in limbo? Or is that not a... I mean, I don't know if that...
No.
Okay.
Technically seen, there is no, like, manifest for the animals. Let me get here. I have the name. I have the manifest here. I'm gonna open it up so that I can have the name in front of me.
Yeah, there are only 2 names that would be left after the captain and us.
Yes.
So, Baron is likely one of those three. He could even be the captain and just being deceitful about it.
So, let's see. The one that you are talking to, yeah, there's the captain, and then there is a man named Sven Ruben.
Ah, inventor of the sandwich. Got it. And what's the other name?
It's the captain, Sven, and then you guys.
Wait. That's 6. You said there were 7 in Limbo?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Herp. I just don't count.
That's what I'm here for.
That's a different title.
Oh, no. Then there is Minnie. Minnie is still in limbo. Minnie.
Oh, the clown lady
Yeah.
that got sucked away from us.
Yes.
So what about like Henrietta? How are they
Dreaming
listed?
of it.
There is, yes. The phrase dreaming is written behind her.
What about Arthur?
Arthur is written as he's written as dead.
Okay.
I turned to Baron and I'm like, hey.
Actually, no, wait. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, Baron, so you're still considering limbo. It turns out there's 7 of us left in limbo. And
Oh,
the
really?
captain is one of them.
Oh, the captain? Oh, captain of the
Yes.
ship?
Yes, captain's in limbo. Someone named Minnie and someone with another name, and I'm assuming that's you, but I won't say the name. In case there's a reason you're deciding to hide it for now.
Oh, you want to know what my name is? Well, if
Yes.
it's to clear any doubt of what it is, my name is Sven Ruben, an artist connoisseur.
Well, that at least confirms that. I look at the others and I'm like, yep. I mean, we didn't show him the book, so unless he's already looked at it.
Somehow.
So
Can I roll something to see if I believe he's being honest?
Yeah, psychology.
yeah, the psychology. I think we're all kind of rolling on this one.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I would have been really shocked if you hadn't.
I'll take an extreme success on that.
Oh, nice. Hey, isn't extreme a check mark for you?
It is.
Nice.
I will roll as well. That's not a great stat for me, but
Oh my god, how?
in case I can, I wanted to play a very different character than the one I did last time. Leslie knew everything. Psychology?
Yes.
Nope.
No.
But I just need to roll one thing really
Alaska
quickly.
and Arthur trust him implicitly.
Well, Vincent and Malachi have both been sort of the we're reading the bullshit in the room kind of characters this game.
Alaska's good for listening.
Alright, before I reveal the truth to you, I'm going to use the bathroom. And I'm going to let you guys wallow in this, what it might be.
So, are you
Yeah.
guys free next weekend? Because we are, and we can't play the following weekend because it's right after Christmas. But if we could do back-to-back weekends,
Like we planned the first time, but it didn't work out for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys free?
I can try
I
to be.
should be.
I should be good on Sunday.
Yeah, it's the 20th, I think.
Yeah. So unless
I shouldn't have any-
Yes, take that number and add 7.
I know G was the reason we couldn't do it last time before Thanksgiving because he didn't get away from his girlfriends in time. So it's really
Yeah,
gonna be, I
no,
guess,
that's fine.
it's gonna be up to him. But I think we're all good, or at least I know I am. It's a
If we're
date.
good, then we're good.
Woo!
So if I can be soppy for a moment, I am so glad we're all playing together. I miss
Yes.
this shit
Mm.
so much. And to have another game with you guys, it's amazing.
Not to mention, this game is just going really well. Like,
Yeah.
none of us None of us are crashing
trying.
horribly.
Yeah,
Like,
like
none of us are trying
Vincent,
to
how's your shoulder?
fuck over quarrels or.
yeah, like even when things seem like they go bad, it fits the story better as opposed to the other one where it seemed like it was completely moving us away from everything that we
I'm
needed to be
sorry.
Well, every
Not
single
even not even that. Look at how many bad rolls I had. Like everything I tried to attempt that was a good idea, my rolls couldn't support my idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like it just happens so often that even when I had a backup idea, even that failed. And so yeah, there's a lot more forward progression even when we're stuck in this. And it's just nice to roll with you guys again, especially you, Zia,
Yeah.
since you had to duck out halfway through the other game.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be able to play with you guys. I miss this.
This was great.
I missed
To be
this too.
fair, that Zia's character might not have survived that last encounter in our other games, so.
Oh gods.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
Oof. That game.
Her being alive might have been able to, like, smooth things for us back at the police station when we showed up.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we ended basically like you were holding me in your arms and I was bleeding everywhere.
I did save you, though! You're
You
not
did.
dead! So, like, you were able to confirm my story and it didn't just look like I murdered everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew that ending wasn't gonna go well for Jean.
No.
If I remember
Not at that point.
if I remember correctly, the ending ended up being that you had no way of backing up your findings, so like officially the case was never solved, but you guys knew that you solved it.
Right.
But
It was good.
I am back.
Oh gee, we were all talking about next Sunday playing before Christmas since we're gonna have to skip the Christmas weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what we tried to do Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be, I guess, up to you if you want to.
I'm down.
I know last time you couldn't get away from your girlfriends in time to make it count, so. But yeah, if you're here and available, I think we'll all be good.
Yeah, I will not be like I'll be home this time, so yeah.
All right, let's plan to play a week from now.
All right, which is perfect for what's about to be revealed right now. You can tell he's lying, Malachi. There, he is not this man that he's talking about. He doesn't even seem to be. He doesn't even seem to be truthful even about like any part of his statement. It looks like it's a crafted persona.
Okay.
And as you discover that, he goes, is there any issue? Or should we just continue? The deck below is all but waiting for us.
What was the captain's name?
Balthasar Conway.
Yeah, I say then lead the way. You seem to know your way around here pretty well.
You would know. It hasn't come up during play, but you guys would know. You would know that the supposed captain that was kind of like said to be here was a man named Nathan Carter. That's the man that was no, his name isn't anywhere in the book. I should have mentioned this before, but I forgot. I'm gonna add this down here so that I remember it.
Put it in parentheses around that note about Balthazar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, Vincent, can I look at your shoulder for a second? I just remembered I have something that might help with it. You guys go ahead. We'll catch up in 2 seconds. and I'm going to use that as a sidebar to sort of go, hey, we have a name missing in the book. He's full of shit. We should be careful.
So if he's not the one, then he's the other, eh?
So there was that, the captain, Nathan, his name's not even in the book.
Yeah.
So, something sideways. We should keep that, we should take the book with us, because it might be updating itself. That might be useful.
Yeah, here, you take hold of it, bud.
Sure. And I'll take the book and stow it away, keep it on my person, something.
As you put the book away, you all begin going down. The first one to go down would be the Baron, or Sven as he called himself, and he leads the group as you all go down the ladder.
And I make my own side comment is like, well, choosing the name Baron for yourself is certainly telling of his personality, if anything.
When you reach down, you get into a kind of dimly lit, kind of like you're in the engine room again, but this time it's there are lanterns hanging on with a certain distance between on the walls, and it's essentially like you arrive inside a large room. Essentially what would fit for the bottom of the ship. It seems like you may be on the lowest levels of the ship. As you step onto the ground, you can hear the sound of gravel underneath your shoes. And you look about and you see that unlike the normal floors made from steel, it's mostly gravel covered floor with a few larger rocks in between. And you can hear in between the sound of waves, like, which is weird since the ocean is still on the outside. And while you all are arriving down, the first one being the Baron, and then Arthur and Alaska, and then Vincent and Malachi. What do you do as soon, Arthur? What do you do as soon as you arrive down? Other than basic look around, do you help anyone else come down, or do you? Where is your attention?
Just like on the ladder, if I'm not the last one down.
Okay. After a while, all of you are down. You look around, and you immediately notice the Baron is gone.
Look in the book. Look in the book. Has anything changed?
Sure, I pull out the book and I leaf through it. Do I see it? Is that like a library use, or do I just not see any different?
No. Yeah, you know what names to look for, so you don't need to roll anything specifically. And it was just mostly a flip through the book, because you could have just... You spent enough time. There wasn't really... Unless you were, like, gonna really quickly try to find something useful, it would have been It wasn't really gonna be a roll.
Okay.
But, you flip through and you notice that you are looking and you see that Balthasar Conway's name is still in limbo. And you go to flip onto Sven's name, and as you are flipping through the page, you hear a... And once you flip onto Sven's page, it says that he is currently dreaming.
Well, that's an interesting connection.
You hear a melody fill the room. A soft kind of violin play. And all of you begin to feel a bit drowsy. Roll for me a power roll.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Reroll.
Punk.
Reroll.
Can I push that, G?
Can I reroll?
You can push it, Vin. Wait, I need to check if you can push those rolls. But Arthur has.
Can't push or attack and luck rolls.
Okay, yeah. Then
Okay,
yes,
I
you can push the power rolls if you want, or you can use your luck point.
I'm gonna use my luck card.
All right.
That's
my luck
2.
roll.
Are you sure?
Oh.
Oh wait,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I have to get under 14, don't I?
That is very true.
Yeah, just push the
I-
roll.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna
I'm gonna
push
push
because
the
I'm
roll.
not too far off. I'm just
Roll.
gonna spend luck.
All right, you spend luck to make it.
That's math 7.
Oh. What is my luck?
Where's when I push, do I just re-roll?
Do you want to just push?
Yes, you just re-roll.
Woo!
Just push.
Only skill and characteristic rolls can be pushed, not luck, sanity, or combat rolls, or rolls to determine the amount of sanity damage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just want to...
wanna hit
Can do it.
my 7 luck.
Okay, so you spend 7 luck.
I pushed my roll.
Arthur pushed. Alaska pushed. Malachi was fine. Alright. So, everyone succeeds. Which is good. All of you only will... Oh, okay. 2 of you have a hard success. So, Malik, it is... I'm assuming that that would be Alaska and Arthur. So, you
Yes.
take nothing. You manage to fully push off the drowsiness that is coming towards you. Vincent and Malachi, you lose. Vincent loses 1 magic point. Malachi loses 2. You feel a bit of drowsiness take over you, and the melody continues.
Vincent immediately is like, hey, get those sleeping pills out.
What if they only worked in that room?
Well,
I
one
do not think they're going to be much effect to me, my boy.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
well, just in case is what I mean. Give everyone a pill as a last-ditch effort.
As the melody continues to ring through the corridor, you all look towards the darkness that leads forward, and that is where we will fade for now.
Man,
As you listen to
this
the
time
last
was-
melodies. But yes.
I was really pushing it. It's been 4.5 hours.
Yeah, an hour of it was just us really fucking about a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was pretty much finding. I knew that you were really close to a very good spot to call it. So
Cool.
are you guys starting to put together some theories?
Well, clearly,
Yeah, it's a cult.
That is very true.
clearly Balthazar is obviously behind everything in some way. He's definitely the linchpin on all this crap.
It's an insurance scheme.
Okay.
The best kind.
And then, of course, the horn, every time it's gone off, it means someone's gone either to the dream or... Well, we don't know if it means dead, but at least the dream.
You would have noticed in the book that most of the people are currently dreaming. Like, there are a few individuals that are written as dead, but not many.
We gotta check out Arthur 2's biography to see what he and Captain Jerkface were up to.
Right. Because it could have been his fault that Arthur ended where he did.
Well, not only that, but he could have some connection to Arthur in a occult fashion, since Arthur was a archaeologist.
And then also possibly any of that stuff that might, if we look deeper in that book, the boat or the ship book, maybe something that Henrietta had talked about on the story might connect as well.
It's true.
One thing I will note about the ledger of people is that like 1/5 of the entirety of everyone on the ship, which is like, I think it's somewhere between 1,400 people with crew. That would be like 1/5 of that is written as deceased. The rest is either awake, like in limbo or dreaming. All of the crew, the entirety of the crew, is written as dreaming. And currently, the only ones away in limbo are you guys, Minnie, and Balthasar. I mean, we're getting to a good spot. I have I'm looking forward to what you guys are gonna do next time. You are coming up to a wonderful part in this story. The beginning was a bit slow, mostly just because I was also fried on things. I should have looked at the I should have looked at the footage of the end of last. I've been very preoccupied for the last month.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's also that kind of that time of the year when everything gets super busy.
Yeah. It is. It's that time of the year where your brain is essentially fried.
Oh man, I've been trying so hard to like stay alert this last half hour because my brain was just like, yeah, you haven't had food in like 4 hours, so.
Yeah, after about 6:30, I'm like, I haven't really had anything to eat today since about 11:30.
I had an energy drink.
I will tell you what the name of this chapter was, if you want to know.
I do.
Wonderlands Prison.
Oh.
And I already know the chapter name for next time.
What's that one?
Crescendo.
I was gonna ask if it's a siren song because that's what it feels like.
Yeah, a siren song is probably more fitting.
I just want to stop being a wooden boy.
You want to or you don't want to?
I do want to.
Oh.
Cults always have some source of fire nearby. They have candles, they have torches. I don't want to die. Arthur's doing so good.
Mm.
He's had so
Did
many
you know you were
wholesome
gone
moments.
for months?
Oh, shut up.
No.
That's funny as hell.
You know what? I think exactly just I'll say like either siren song or crescendo. I feel like currently, actually, yeah, I'm leaning towards crescendo currently.
Which actually feels kind of good because that's the loudest point reached in a gradually increasing sound.
Yes, that's partially why I got the idea for that.
We are coming upon the third act. The climax is upon us.
I never planned for this story to be nearly as long as the unsolved story, so because Mostly because you're stuck on a ship the entire time with all sorts of funky business going on. It was mostly gonna be determined on how you...
Oh crap! Hold on. Hey, no.
It would have mostly been determined on what you guys would have been doing, how many sessions it takes. And weirdly enough, you guys don't have a lot of... you guys have a very good sense of going straight forward.
Sorry, the cat was about to topple all the Christmas stuff.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, we were talking a couple minutes ago. Tangents. We're
have
not
this
trying
bag.
to frame the police guy.
Yeah, the yeah, I remember. Why don't I...
Well, Revan is definitely getting restless. He's
Yeah.
been in his cage for a while, so I need to get him out and stretch him.
Yeah.
He's got a broken bone that he's healing, so he's on strict kennel rest.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, for now, say I want to thank everyone that popped by for watching. My name's G20, more commonly known as Godpool, and I had with me my wonderful players, Kellen, who played the role of Vincent.
Bada bing, baby.
Zia, who played the role of Toy, Arthur.
I have a son!
Brienne, who played the role of the young Alaska. Not the country.
Bye.
And then we have Malachi, the ever so much of a skeptic.
Goodbye, maybe.
And we'll see you guys next time during Chapter 5, Crescendo. See you next time, guys.
Right, good times. I will see y'all